Shout out to US ARC and all US ARC members. If you don't know what US ARC is, don't be ashamed. Just go ahead and click the third link in the description below. See what US ARC is all about, okay? You never know when legislations are going to hit your backyard, so that's why it's very important to consider becoming a US ARC member today. These numbers really do matter, and they look at it for consideration when it comes to battling legislation. So first and foremost, thank you, Phil Goss. Thank you to anybody out there who partners up and volunteers with US ARC organization. Thank you for anyone out there who's a US ARC member. And if you can't become a US ARC member today, please talk about it on your platforms. Let your neighbors know, let all your pet stores know what US ARC is here for, and it's here to fight for our animal rights. Thank you to every US ARC member and US ARC supporter out there.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, the coolest reptile network in the world, episode 625. Monday night's new breed on the block, Pacific Coast Pythons. My man Taylor in the building tonight. It's going to be one for the books. Get the likes up, please. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. With me tonight, the one and only dude, please. Do I need to introduce this fucking guy? But I will. Big E Top G.
What's up, man? The team is back.
Back to trap business. Hey, bro, I always feel, man, I'm sorry. I just want to say sorry to you.
Why?
Because we do these shows at 6 o'clock, okay? And I just forget, like, you know, you always come through, but that 9 o'clock difference, that 3 hour difference, it hits different, bro, okay? And I did a live Thursday night over in Maryland or Virginia, wherever the fuck I was. And I was just like, even though I was like still on Cali time mentally, bro, I was just like, when we were done, it was like midnight. And I was like, well, is this what East Coast people deal with when they come on Trap Talk all the time? Like, anyways, so I
ain't gonna lie. At the end, I'm pretty sleepy. I drink a little bit of coffee. I usually go to bed early.
Yeah,
because I wake up early, just like you. We have me and you. We have a lot of the same schedule. We're just on a different time zone, you know. Yeah.
No, but anyways, I was just like, damn, dude, fucking. I get it now, you know what I mean? But you know, I feel like you're a veteran at this point. I think you're already over a year. I think this is your 64th episode. I think that number might not be.
I think we're like a 68 or something, but
okay,
know,
yeah,
anyway. Something like that. It's a lot.
What's cracking, my guy?
It's like second nature now, you know.
Hey, good episode last week, by the way, with the Gecko Nerd.
Yeah, it's he's awesome, and it's doing well, and got to do something different once in a while, man.
I mean, why not, right?
You know?
Yeah, shout out to Krista, Nerify Exotics. You guys helped me out.
The Big C.
Yeah, Big C.
Yeah, fam. She's amazing. We love her.
I love her. Yeah, I love her to death. Go give her a follow. But what's going on, man? How's everything? You just vended this weekend, right?
Nah, this weekend I was off.
Cool.
Got a bunch of stuff done around the house and with the animals, and it's just great, you know?
Yeah, when are you vending next?
I have a one-day show this weekend.
Damn, I do you like one-day shows or no? Do you feel like 2-day shows are kind of where it's at?
I mean, it depends. We have a few one-days that are pretty good. But in the near future, you know, we might be, you know, changing some stuff around. We'll see.
Yeah, I want to say shout out to Rami. He hit me up just confirming that I wasn't going to vend in June. And I was like thinking, I was like, damn it, should I? Like, you know, because it's so fun, you know, it really is. But having to do Trap Fest and then after Trap Fest straight to vending is like suicide. It's like
it's something that, you know, we travel so much.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. Like, I'm not doing Daytona this year. I canceled the party. A lot of my buddies aren't going to be able to be there. You're not going to probably be able to be there. We travel so much that if there's a weekend where we don't have to, we have to probably not do it.
I don't want to be the Mr. 180 on you, but I think I'm going to Daytona.
Oh, really?
I think so. Okay, I don't know what to do because it's my 40th birthday, August 10th. And you know me, dude, I'll fucking kick it with some reptile people. But my wife, she wants to do something special for me. So you know, I want to, you know, if I could do something closer to home with her, I don't know. I have to. I'm talking to her right now. You know, we could.
The way I'm looking at it, I travel probably 37 to 40 weeks a year. I need to kind of nip and tuck a little bit.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to get to it tonight. I want to remind you guys, Trap Talk Reptile Network is 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, guys. So wherever you listen to Trap Talk Reptile Network, all major audio platforms, Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to all those platforms. Thank you so much for all the love and support. If you're looking for exclusive content, you want to get more behind the scene action of Trap Talk, come join Trap Talk Patreon family as low as $5 a month, get you tapped into the Discord, and there's also amazing other perks, exclusive content, and a lot more stuff to come. Okay, I think I'm going to be doing my first giveaway on the Patreon page in about 2 weeks. So please, again, for all details, go to the first link in the description below. And shout out to all my trappers, all my Patreon members. You guys are my heart. Tonight's episode is brought to you by MORPH. That's right, my favorite European breeders for sure. And they're coming to Trap Talk Reptile Network this Thursday night. Looking forward to catching up with Devin and Teresa. And I believe we have a special guest popping in as well. So for now, guys, just head over to MORPH on IG. Go give them a follow. Check them out on MORPH Market as well. And you can also find them on YouTube. You can find all the links in the description below. If you want to be cutting edge, if you want to be top tier in the ball python game, you got to be organized. And no better way to stay organized than Clutch. Okay, I'm telling you, Clutch is moving. It's growing. If you did not catch last Thursday night's Trap Talk with Sebastian and Justin and the group of friends we had over on that episode, make sure you head over there and check out that episode. A lot of great updates with Clutch. And go make sure you try it out for 30 days free if you want to see if it's the right fit for you. But I got to tell you right now, it's cutting edge, and it's the #1 app in the game for organization in the ball python game. And hopefully more species to come. So thank you so much, Sebastian. Thank you for also, I just want to say, Sebastian, for all the hospitality. Also, Belial, thank you so much for taking care of me. And it was a great time. So again, guys, Clutch, shout out to Clutch, #1 app in the game. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by SUNDOWN Reptiles, Brian Susan. If you're looking for tree monitors, high-end geckos, and also Abronia, also gargoyle geckos, make sure you go to sundownreptiles.com or go to SUNDOWN Reptiles on Instagram. Go give them a follow. Definitely one of the best, if not one of my favorite people in the reptile game, man. I'm talking all levels of lizards. This guy is killing it other than the big ones. But anyways, thank you so much, Brian Susan over at SUNDOWN Reptiles. Again, find the links in the description below. And then last but not least, shout out to Gary Scavino, GS Reptiles. If you want to really get knowledge from some of these really amazing rare arboreal species that you can keep in the game, then you want to make sure you go get this information from GS Reptiles on YouTube. GS Reptiles, thank you so much. Also on Instagram, give them a follow. And you can find all the links in the description below. Hey, Amelia, I got to ask you, what do you know about the homie Taylor? I'm excited for tonight because, dude, me and Taylor have been fucking with each other for a few years now, like over 5 years, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what do you know about him?
Oh, he's got amazing animals, super nice guy. We should have had him on a long time ago.
Yes, him and his other homie that we just had on.
Yeah, Josh. They were, they're really good friends. They were a team at one point, and it's nice that we're having them on the same month, pretty much, or in the 4-week span. That's pretty dope.
I think it was only fair, you know what I mean? Like, because I remember I thought they were one for a long time, and then I, obviously connected dots that. I think Taylor was the one to tell me, hey, that's my homie, and I have my own page, and that's when I was like, oh, you guys are two people, and I had no idea, and that wasn't. I don't think that was only like 2 years ago or a year ago. But also, I got to say, Taylor is someone who's kind of in the background. Like he's putting shit out there, but he's not aggressively like on social media. You know what I mean? He does this thing. So I'm excited to get to know him more. I know we definitely have the same taste of music. His heart lives in the Bay when it comes to rap music, like myself. So got a lot to catch up on. And he has good fucking heat, bro. Like this fool's projects.
Yeah, and let me tell you, super, super, super nice guy.
Yeah, really nice guy. He's been so supportive all through all my ups and downs. This guy's always fucking been there. So let's get to it. You ready to bring him on or what?
Do it.
All right, guys. Shout out to everyone in the chats, man. V-Unit family members, trappers. You guys we're all one. You know what I'm saying? But guys, do me a favor. All right. Let's get it hyped in the chats and let's do what we got to do to get our mind right. And let's do what we got to do to stay hydrated for episode 625 Taylor Pacific Coast Pythons coming at you right now. Let's go.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes,
Exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
we're live with Taylor, Pacific Coast Pythons. What's up, player?
What's going on, you guys? Thanks for having me on.
Dude, thanks for being here. Definitely long, like well overdue for this episode for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, I was always hesitant. There's been a few people that have reached out to me to do podcasts, but in the beginning, it was like I wasn't feeling comfortable just going out there being like, hey, look at me, look at the snakes I'm buying. Like I hadn't made any traction. I hadn't made any snakes or anything to talk about outside of what I was investing in, which it's cool to talk about, but I wasn't there yet. And now I feel like I'm in a better place. I've been hatching out some really cool, interesting stuff. And yeah, it's crazy over the last 5 years where the hobby was when I got into it to where it is now.
And on so many different levels, right? Like it's like definitely taken off, and also respect to what you just said. And me and Emilio have reached out to tons of people, and they're just like, dude, I want to come on when I have this or that happening, and that makes sense. Like, you know, especially when you have the stuff that you have, right? Because it's kind of like you got sick shit, but you haven't made it yourself yet, and you rather get to that point first. You know what I'm saying? Which I mean, I understand that, but we'll get into all that tonight, man. But correct me if I'm wrong. You and I go back a few years, right? Like I remember you and I kind of fucking messaged
from the very beginning, because I was like, who's this guy with the Mac Dre? I originally thought you were from the Bay Area because I heard you rep Mac Dre. I was like, he's got to be from out here.
Yeah.
And then I found out you're from San Diego, which is even, you know, it's really close to home. One of my best friends, brother from another mother, that's where he's stationed out. And, you know, I was like, all right, cool. So, you know, the Reptiles just kind of came hand in hand. You know, I was like, all right, we vibe. And then I just started following you, watching, you know, the whole podcast thing and watching you grow from where you were 5+ years ago to where you're at now. You know, it's really cool. Yeah, you know, it's been quite a journey to get to where we all are. And
it's trippy how quick it goes, huh? Like it doesn't, like, you know, you think of 5 years being so long, but it's really not that long. And it's like, it's like in a heartbeat gone. No,
it's crazy how fast time's flying by. It's like, you know, I was talking to my buddy the other day, and he's like, man, yeah, you know, when we were at your wedding, blah, 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 you know, when he dropped 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I was like, oh my God, we are coming up on 2 years. Time flies so fast. Like it feels like we were just in Hawaii celebrating our honeymoon, just, you know, last summer, if even that. But yeah, time's flying.
Yeah, I mean, this guy right here definitely has us when it comes to being in a relationship and married for a long time. I just got my 5-year, you know, mark, and I can't believe I've been married for 5 years now. And all right, Mila, we got to know. Okay, how long you and Lisette been together for now? Drop the number.
I met her on my birthday in 1998.
Oh, damn. That's awesome. That's beautiful.
27 years.
That's epic.
That's
bro. That's why
I love it.
Time flies, bro. It's important to look back at your IG post, and let's say you look at a memory or you even look at a snake and you're like, holy shit, that was already 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Anyone out there could go back to my Instagram and see my first Instagram post from my snake page. It's, bro, I like to look back. You got to look back to really appreciate where you are today.
Yeah.
Remind me what part of Cali you're in, Taylor?
I'm like right over the hill of Oakland. Like I pretty much shared the hillside with Oakland. I'm on obviously the better side of Oakland. I shouldn't say obviously, but I am on the better side of Oakland. I'm in this little tiny town called Moraga. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's not many people know Moraga when I drop that. St. Mary's College is right out here. It's a pretty popular college. St. Mary's College, Cal Berkeley, they're all in this circle.
I know the only small towns I know is like Rosecrans, Sebastopol, because of like shit like that. Like I was a huge Smoothie fan and fucking loved like Pat Rick, Reek Daddy, and all.
Definitely, yeah. That's the stomping grounds out there, and you know that's going up towards that direction. That's going in towards Santa Rosa and then Cloverdale, Mendocino, Humboldt, and you know I got family and friends up in that direction, so very familiar. Sebastopol especially, you know that's I got a lot of friends out in that area.
You guys live in the most beautiful state in the country. We
have opposite beauties though. It's crazy. Like San Diego's way differently beautiful than like the NorCal, because NorCal is fucking gorgeous, but like, all right, am I tripping? It's almost like two different.
No, it's a completely different flip flop. You know, it's like we have the San Francisco Bay right out there, but you look at that water and you're not trying to go swimming in that water. And San Diego's just, I mean, it's a whole different beast. The weather is 24/7, absolutely perfect, which is, you know, I guess you can say that about Northern California too, because, you know, some people can deal with the heat of San Diego, but Northern California, what's great about here is we get those hot and cold days, and we have like little microclimate areas. Like where I live, I'm in such a nice little area where I'm backed up to the hill of Oakland. So when the coastal fog pushes in, when the bay pushes that fog over the hill, I mean, I don't need an AC. I just open up the windows and it just pushes that cold air right over the hills. So, you know, it's nice. It's nice. And, you know, you got the hills and the forest and all that. And
it's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, within a few hour drive, you're up in Tahoe, you know, or an hour and a half, you're across the bay at one of the nicest beaches out here, you know, so it's a really nice area.
So let's kind of talk about the influence, you know, as far as like you, because talking to Josh a couple weeks back, he told me like you're really the one fucking kind of honing down like with your ideas and shit like that. So I'm curious like where a lot of the like knowledge came behind the purchases that you made with the stuff that you're even making at this point today. Like where are we getting all this from?
Well, to be honest with you, I'll give Josh a lot of credit. You know, just let's back up on that, because I'll just, if you don't mind, can I just start kind of from the beginning to fall into that?
Yeah, please do.
So when I was a little kid, you know, I got my first ball python when I was probably 7 or 8 years old. I was a young guy. Yeah. And what influenced that was my cousin, who had a Burmese that was like 10 to 13 feet long. I forget how big she was huge. Yeah. He had a huge cage for her. I mean, it took up a chunk of the front room that he had. And I just remember being so intrigued and like almost infatuated with this snake. And I just had to have a snake. And I begged my mom and my dad to get me a snake. My mom and my dad unfortunately split like right at that time. So my dad was like on the, okay, let me get my son a snake and kind of win him over hype. And he did. He went and got me a ball python, a normal ball python. Shout out to the East Bay Vivarium over in Berkeley. They are like a miniature reptile zoo out here in the Bay Area. A lot of people in the Bay Area go there just to, on a weekend, just to go browse, to look at their animals, because they have a lot of beautiful snakes and displays of different reptiles. So I got my first snake from them, and that's where like my whole passion for snakes started. Growing up over the years, you know, after that snake had passed away on me. I forget exactly how old I was, but I ended up getting a red-tailed boa. I was really like intrigued by the boas. I thought they were beautiful. I thought they were really cool. Crazy story behind that. Someone had broken into my house. stole my Nintendo 64, my paintball gun, and my red tail boa.
Shit.
Weird.
Damn, took your snake? That's fucking
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. And I ended up finding out who it was. It was crazy. Like, why he did that is just, yeah, I never got the snake back. It was just a wild story. But kind of just fell out of snakes when that happened. I never fell out of them. I always had a passion for them, but I just didn't get another one after that. It was, I don't want to say it was traumatizing, but I was in that teenager pocket where I started to, you know, hang out with friends, hanging out with the ladies, stuff like that. And just my interest shifted in that direction. Fast forward years later, Josh and I, who, you know, that's one of my best friends right there. Him and I, we hang out a lot, and I go over to his house, and he had already told me that he'd started getting some ball pythons. And I was like, oh, that's sick. You know, he used to have a green tree python and forget what else, but you know, he was into reptiles too at a young age. And I remember going over to his house and seeing some of these snakes, and I was like, this isn't like, you know, I'm thinking when he said ball python, I was like, he had a desert ghost. He had I think it was pastel Enchi desert ghost and something else. And this pastel Enchi desert ghost, I'm not 100% sure. I think she came from Marco over in Europe. Just one of the cleanest looking snakes I'd ever seen. Just no imperfections, just super clean. And just, I was just like, what is this? Like, I didn't even know that these kind of morphs existed. And in all honesty, I was like, wow, this stuff is real, because I remember just going around on Google looking at snakes one day, and like ball pythons, I saw black and white snakes, exantic snakes, but I thought it was photoshopped. I did not think it was real at all. And then fast forward, getting into this whole life and seeing these genetics, and that's real, and there's so much more to it. I was like really intrigued at that point.
Did you latch on the morph market pretty quickly? Like, did you kind of like go stick down that rabbit hole and whatnot?
Yeah, I feel like even before I got down the rabbit hole with morph market, you know, Josh pointed me in the direction with a few guys on Instagram, and that was off of my personal account before I ever had, you know, Pacific Coast pythons or anything like that. And Miguel Garcia and a few other guys were some of the few guys I reached out to that were, you know, somewhat local. Because at first I was like, man, I don't know about all this, like buying snakes online from these guys, spending thousands, you know. I wasn't afraid to gamble, you know, and spend a little money, but I was just like, man, it's a little scary buying snakes from these guys from so far away. So I wanted to try to connect with somebody maybe local. So that's how it kind of started, me reaching out to a few local guys. And then once I bought my first few snakes, and I got my morph market account, it was just,
it is crazy how vulnerable you become, like sending some stranger money, for sure. Like, you're just like, okay, like you, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
You could really get caught into the like scheme of thinking everyone's legit. I've been scammed at least twice, I think. And it was like, okay, one of them was I sent somebody who was like, I was just one of many victims who saw somebody stealing, like it was somebody stealing pictures, but I had no idea. And he was like, had stupid cheap prices. And this is like 2017 or even 2016. And I think he put a highway up for like $300. And back then that was fucking absurd. Like, what? Like $300 for a highway when those were like thousands of dollars back then. And so I remember buying that. I said I wanted that and a pied, and I sent him like $400. And then of course I'm like, and then he just ghosted me. But then PayPal took care of it. And then the one after that was some fucking asshole. And this is why I'll always do friends and family on PayPal. I'll never do goods and services. But somebody paid for the snake, and then they got the snake, and then they said that it wasn't what they paid for. And without PayPal even asking for them to send it back, they just boom refunded him the money, and the fucker kept the snake. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And then I disputed it, and I still lost.
Yeah, I've heard that to get to get a dispute reversed on PayPal is virtually impossible.
Yeah, I remember spending like a whole fucking half day trying to figure, because I was like, I wanted to win this. I was so upset. And I thought like PayPal obviously is going to do what's right. I've been using PayPal for years.
Yeah.
They're like, nope, sorry. And they can't even understand English, you know? And so it's like, what the fuck? I was so pissed, bro. And so I've still used PayPal, but strictly friends and family. And if you don't want it, then fucking I don't care. Bye. See you later.
Well, throughout the years, I've minimized PayPal use.
Me too. Very
The most
much.
I can, but sometimes you will get someone that pushes it. Thank God, I only lost a deposit once.
Yeah.
That's it, throughout all these years. What I would say to what you guys are both talking about right now, especially Taylor, it goes to show you how important the new buyer guarantee is on MORPH Market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Okay? Everyone.
You can't pull that shit now.
Everyone.
No, you can't pull that now. Exact, dude. Good
Everyone
point.
worries. Everyone worries in the beginning when you first come into the industry that you're gonna get banged. Okay.
Yep.
I got scammed in the beginning, you know.
Mhm.
Everyone worries about that. So this MORPH Market buyer guarantee program is gonna be fucking dope.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I was excited to see that they were doing something like that, because in the beginning I'm a very ambitious kind of guy, and my brain's always spinning. I'm always thinking of something to, you know, improve or perfect something that I'm using or that I'm interested in, that I'm putting time into. And when I saw that MORPH Market was doing stuff like that, and some of the new changes that they've made in general, I'm just like, this is great. And I can see that it's going in the direction that we all want it to go in. And I feel like there's more changes to be made. Not saying that they need to make more changes, but I can just tell with what we're already seeing in such a fast pace that there's probably more to come. So it's exciting.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like people with racy minds like do really well in the ball python game, and or like just because like you obsess over it, right? So all you're doing is I trust me, it's almost like a double-edged sword. Like it could almost wear you out too, but like I feel like you always got to be thinking about this shit, you know, like even if it's not even time to breed, like it's going to be time to breed before you know it, right? And it's all about thinking, like, because if am I wrong when I always used to say, Taylor and Big E, that like if the year, like let's say that it's the year that you're breeding, right? Like that year's already locked in. Like there's nothing to think about for that year. Like the plans for that year is already fucking set in stone. Like your mind and your plotting should be at least 3-4 years down the road, you would say, right?
Yeah. And in the beginning, you know, I was just like buy. And I'll admit it, you know, there's quite a few snakes that I bought in the very beginning where I was like, that kind of overlaps with that, and I don't necessarily need that one. And it was just like, I'm excited about this. That looks great. I love how that looks, and I want to make some cool stuff with it.
Taylor, can you give me an idea about that overlap statement you just made? Like, can you give us an idea, an example of morphs that you felt like that overlapped, or what I'm just trying to see what you meant by that.
Yeah, like, you know, well, in the beginning when I started looking into all the clowns and Justin dropped like the Pompeii stuff.
Yes. Oh my God.
I want to make that, you know, or a variation of something like that. And I bought a few females that were, you know, spot nose, yellow belly, you know, fire, one with red stripe, one without. And then the males that had to go with it, it was like, I didn't necessarily need to do that, but it wasn't a bad thing because I just upped the odds of being able to hit the animal that I want to hit. But when you're spending that kind of dough, especially in the time that I was spending money, it wasn't a good purchase. I should have spread my money out a little bit differently. But with that being said, some of those purchases, some of these snakes that I got, there was 2 different package deals that I got from a local guy who was going through some family stuff and had to sell off, you know, his new collection. A lot of the stuff was, you know, from Justin, Jeremy from Fireball. It was all quality stuff. Clown Head Desert Ghost stuff, high quality clown stuff. So
hey, why don't we talk about this real quick, Taylor? You know, because it's obviously fucking the writing on the wall, but man, there are people dropping left and right like hot fucking cakes right now, man. I feel like every day it's at least 2 or 3 people like, hey guys, sorry, I have to hate to say this. It's always like, man, this is real bummer to say, but you know, really like okay, some of them I get it, like you know, maybe they didn't come in the right kind of state of mind, but some people just got served a fucked up hand in life, man. And it's like, it's a real bummer that, you know, but mind you too, guys, like I think we could all admit that if something crazy happens to us in life, aren't we going to do everything we can to keep the snakes? Like this is my oasis. Like without this, I don't know where my sanity is going to go. Like it's pretty much over. I feel like without the animals, I really do.
Well, and I don't mean to shame anybody that's had to sell off their collections for any financial reasons, or just even if they lost interest in it because of, market crashing, not necessarily crashing, but prices dropping, dramatically.
Yeah.
I don't shame anyone for doing it, but you can see a lot of these people that did make that move, that did sell off their stuff, that were buying nice high-end animals. You could just tell right there, it wasn't about the animals too. It was all about a money grab at that point. And I truly love these animals. Like it's crazy how much I care about my animals. It's hard for me to even post these things for sale. And a lot of the snakes that I've made so far, I've been making to further my breeding projects. Like I wanted to buy snakes that I can make really cool stuff to hold back than to make other really cool stuff that, that's not really out there, or it's just different from everyone else. I wasn't in the mindset of, I just need to breed right away and I need to pump these snakes out and start making my return on investment. That wasn't my immediate goal. And even with the market going down, it's very unfortunate. A lot of people put a lot of money into this stuff. I put a lot of money into this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, I knew what I was getting into. I understand that things like, market fluctuations can happen. Talking to a lot of these guys that I got close to in the beginning, shout out to Tallgrass Reptiles, Reed. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. I
like that name though. I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, dude. Reed's been around for a long time. He's been breeding snakes for a while. He's got a pretty dope operation, but he's super like on the back end. He doesn't do social media. Like he just started doing Instagram maybe a little over a year ago. And I was like, when I first met him, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's making super asphalt desert ghost stuff, combos of super asphalt desert ghost stuff, and not even putting it out there. Other combo variations that you don't see other people have, and he just doesn't even show it. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Great guy. And he was, explaining to me and just telling me over the last 15 years what he's seen, with markets going up and down and up and down. And he's like, man, if you're truly passionate about it and with the stuff that you're buying and with what you intend doing, you'll be fine. You just got to keep going at it and don't give up hope on it.
I fucking admire those people who have sick ass shit and they're just like, whatever. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
It just shows you like where their priorities are, like in life. Like, not that they don't take care of it, but they just got other stuff that they maybe like more. And I respect that. But like, fuck, dude, I wish I could keep my mouth shut with some of the stuff that's happening here. I just can't. I'm too fucking like, I can't wait to go spit it out, which is also like kicks you in the ass sometimes. But this is my life. It's what I do. It's what I do. It's my life.
Yeah. And that's another thing. It's like, I love, like, how do I word this? I don't like to, when I put posts out there, reels or whatever, I'm never trying to be like, hey, look at me, look what I got. I'm so like, I love this stuff. And I know other people really love this stuff and they love seeing it. And I'm just trying to share what I got in my passion. And
that's cool.
I enjoyed a lot. I definitely throttled off the social media posts over the last year or so, but trying to get back into the swing of things.
Guys,
go ahead, Emilio.
Guys, what I see with a lot of the investors, a sizable portion of the investors we've brought in the last 5 years or 3 to 5 years, right? Bro, those first animals, it's all about making money. And then when they're not making money, they're not even looking forward to hitting those combos and those amazing animals that all brought us in, right?
Yeah.
Wanting to hit animals like Justin, like Miguel, like Ozzy. No, they want to sell animals like them.
Yeah.
Right. They want that. They just want that title right off the bat, which it's like, dude, you expect your first years selling babies to be selling like Justin and Ozzy and Levan, like these goddamn fucking pillars. Like these guys been around for years. Yeah, like I always feel like Miguel. Like I want to include him in the whole like been doing this for years, but he just hasn't, and he's just a different beast. Like you can't like Miguel is like he's a one-off dude. Like the way he was able to get where he's at but stay relevant and not like fall off because of the market. Like he doesn't let any of that get in the way, because at the end of the day, Miguel loves the snakes. He wants this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like no matter what is happening in the market, if you always have that want, it's never going to be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
We were going to say something else, Emilio. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Those guys, they're going to fall out. They're already falling out. I mean, you know, I don't care how much money you throw at this. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Most people are not going to mess with the top 10 for a long time. You have to build yourself. You have to master the game. You have to master your passion. You have to build your passion as well, because if you came in just to make money, hey, boy, this is a lot of work.
No.
A lot of shit, a lot of substrate.
And a lot of people failed at this. A lot.
Okay? You're gonna work so hard. And then what I've noticed also is that 3 people come in the game, and then it looks like only one's doing the work.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing. Like, some of them are a family thing, and then you only see one all the time.
Okay, let's flip that though. Okay, there's people out there who have some strong fucking partnerships, man. Like, I don't think people understand the buying power some of these 2 adults that are partners have. Like, I've seen it firsthand. I just saw last week. Showcase Serpent's got fucking insane shit. Him and dude, I don't want to spill too many fucking potatoes here. Just wait for the vlog. But I gotta tell you, I could not believe the Monarch combos I saw at Showcase Serpents, and they just all sit on them, bro. They're not in a rush to sell shit. They rather just fucking hoard it. And I feel like, dude, that's how everyone gets anywhere in this game, right? If you're able to hoard your best stuff, not be fucking desperate. I always say the Will Morrow's technique, that's the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Lay low for 10 years and just stack, not sell. If you could do that, watch.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that vlog. I'll tell you. That was a dope show last week.
So, you know, I got to ask you, Taylor, you know, one of the biggest topics we're going to talk about tonight are, like, you know, things to even really consider, even thinking and plotting before you want to breed ball pythons in 2025. I want to ask you, if you were to have all the experience you have over the last 5 years, but you were to start today, how would you buy right now? Like, I mean, because right now it's a buyer's market, right? It still is. But like, for instance, like, there's a lot of stuff everywhere right now.
Yeah.
I feel like the options are fucking pretty wide. So how would you, or for instance, like, what are things you would consider at this point starting at ball pythons in 2025?
Well, even with how the market is, I think it's important that you buy what you like. Yes. You buy what you see that visually pleases you. If you're buying stuff because someone's hyping it up and they're pushing hard at it, and you don't like it visually, you don't like the idea of how hard it's being pushed, there's something that's not feeling right about it, stay away from it. That's my thing. That's something I've always stayed, like, I stand on that. I've had people throw snakes at me, combos at me that are hot projects that are worth a lot of money, and they're offering to me for half off of what it's going for, and they're out there selling, but they're trying to hook me to get into that project, maybe to hype it up. I don't know. And I've passed on that kind of stuff because it's not what I like.
Go ahead, trucker.
Finish. Finish. Well, I got a really good one for you.
Don't interrupt the guy. Let him finish, Big E.
No, I don't want to lose it later. Just after.
I like it. I have bad ADHD, so sometimes my brain goes zip, 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 and I need help getting right back there.
Biggie's the calmest ADD individual I've ever met. Like, he has ADD, but he doesn't show it until he's on the show, and he just blurts things out sometimes. But it's
me.
I love it. Yeah, you for sure, 100%. Yeah, yeah. It's calm ADD. It's not like my ADD. It's a lot more controlled. You know what I mean? That makes sense. I don't know. Continue, please, Taylor. I'm sorry.
But no, it's like, you know, I again, you know, going back to buy what you like, I think it's so important that you stick to that. You get what you like. And if it is that you're doing this to make money, obviously follow what the market is doing, see what people are doing, but you gotta enjoy it. Like, if you're doing it just for the money, I honestly don't think it's gonna work. I feel like you're gonna have problems with it. You're not gonna enjoy it. You'll lose your passion for that project eventually, right? You'll see stuff that you're making and just not care for it. Me personally, it's like, I'm making some snakes right now that are, you know, probably only worth a few $100s, but I love, like, you know,
Right.
anything Orange Dream Desert Ghost to me, I absolutely love it. I don't care if it loses the value. That was when I first saw an Orange Dream Desert Ghost, I was like, that is so beautiful. And
That's
then
one of
adding,
my favorite combinations.
right. And it's like adding anything to that, it's like, you can only make it a little bit better. But it's, yeah, I don't know. I think buying into the hype is can be a big mistake. Do your research and kind of see how long that project's been around for. And you got to really trust the people that you're investing your money with. And
I mean, you vote with your money. That's how, like, you really determine who you're giving credibility in this game, by paying them, bro. Like, think about it. You're giving your money for a snake to this individual, and that's keeping them thriving in this game. Do we want this person thriving is what you want to ask yourself. Like,
100%.
Does this person deserve my hard work and money?
100%.
Hey, I'm gonna sound like an asshole. Typical Big E, right? But it goes to what you were just saying, Taylor. All right, bro. A few times at shows, and one of them at a major show. Okay, breeders have attempted to gift me animals that are brand new, and I had to say no. I didn't want it free, because they pretty much, in essence, they wanted me to hype the gene up.
Yep.
Bro, if I don't like something and I don't believe in it, I'm not gonna fucking have it here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate that.
That is 100%, bro.
Yeah.
That's so important, and that's so important for someone like yourself, because, you know, you guys have a following. You have a lot of people that are in our community that are watching this, and you have no clue. You never know who you're influencing and what kind of an impact that can make on them. You know, someone might be like, oh my God, this guy's saying that this is the project to get into, not knowing that they're going to put their entire $10,000 that they've saved over the last few years into that project. And it literally the next year, it's worth $500, $1,000. So,
and you know what's funny, man? Like, hype is, I love hype. I don't know, at the end of the day, like, there's a time and place for some type of hype, right? I feel 100%. Like the hype comes from the fucking photos of the snake, right? Like, if you 100%. Got something to show where there's legit hype behind it, then there you go. But God damn it, do people hype up something that, where's the hype? I don't fucking get it. There are some things out there, like, I have to scratch my eyes up, like, is this a high OD? Like, what the fuck? Like, like, how are you telling me that is what you're trying? I don't want to throw the MORPH under the bus. I'm just saying, like, dude, calm down a little bit and let's see some production, because all the hype comes from the fucking production. Show something. Stop talking about it. Like, let's see it first. You know what I'm saying? That's how this game works.
100%. And, you know, going back to that, when I started investing into snakes and buying these things, I was like, okay, that's what a Pompeii looks like right now. What is it going to look like in a year? And then when I started to see them with some age, I was like, okay, you know, it's still a cool snake, but they fade. And I just knew, I was like, I need to be able to enhance my snakes. I want them to keep that beautiful, fresh look from when they are babies, you know. And what's the best way of doing that? That was adding Desert Ghost. And that's why when I got into this, when I saw Josh's Desert Ghost stuff and I started really getting into all the clowns, I was like, putting that together is that's gonna do it. That's gonna be what I want. You know, I love the clowns. I love all the beautiful patterns that the clowns put out. And I love the enhancing that the Desert Ghost does and how it kind of holds it, you know, into the later years of its life. And man, saw my first Desert Ghost clown and it's like, you know, $10,000 snake. That's, you know, crazy talk. I was like, there's no chance in hell I'm ever buying a $10,000 snake. And then the floodgates opened once I got a Desert Ghost clown and started buying some expensive shit. And I was like, oh my God, it was crazy. And it was easy to do, you know, money was good before COVID, during COVID, you know, and then the economy kind of just went and tightened up on all of us. So, yeah, it was a fun little ride, you know, that adrenaline from clicking the button of like purchase, buy, inquire, that was a lot of fun during the hype of the market.
It still doesn't get old. Like when you
No.
like, there's still something you want to MORPH market and you click and you buy it, your heart's racing. You're like, fuck yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how it should be. Like it should always, like you should always have a mission to want to have that snake, and there should always be a plan for that snake. Like that's what it's about. Like I will say one thing I know for a fact, anything I bought for the most part always had a crazy plan behind it. Like there was already like something there's a reason why, there's a want and there's a need. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, even though I bend the rules a little bit on that, I'm just saying like there was just things where I was like, that's what I need to make X, Y, and Z. But I will say this, guys, like I do feel like, because there is a time and place where you have to like, you got to go buy that animal. Like you can only do so much within your own projects before you're like, now I need something even crazier to go to what I just made, right? But do you feel like it's best to do that with the own money that you make off the sales that you have with snakes? Like, do you feel like you should get to the point where you should, at some point when you have production, find a way to get money from what you're producing and keep what you need, but then use that money to buy that next powerful male or female? Like, what do you guys think of that?
Oh, 100%. I think that's extremely important to do, is to achieve that goal. That's been a goal since the beginning of time, is like, hey, I want to put this money in there and I want to get some of this money out so I can put it back in and keep advancing and keep getting stuff that I think will do well over the years and that people will like and keep growing off of. What exactly is that at this point? It seems like we're seeing a lot of, like the genetics can only go so far, right? You can only stack so much into these snakes. But I feel like I'm getting off topic a little bit, but I feel like, hold on a second, I'm getting low on power. I feel like the future of all this, it's like, where do I see genetics going? What's the next move on that? I have no clue. I don't think nobody
does except Justin.
Right.
Yeah, for me, what I like to do is bring in new males. I've been saying that for a while, but now the game is going so fast that to make your existing females still, for you to absorb the loss in value in the market, I feel like you have to constantly be looking for that next male.
It's true.
So you could keep that girl that you put 5-6 years into,
That's 100% accurate.
And at the same time, take into consideration that, oh shit, okay, this male's this male that I have, it'll do the job, but then okay, I have to have this male for next year, or even a backup to that male.
Backup males, period, right, guys?
You could lose a male, and that's it. Your plan is fucked. So you need to have another male behind that.
How many Super Bowl games are won with a backup quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Let's think about how many scenarios where that backup quarterback came through and fucking got him to the ship.
Jeff Hostetler won the Super Bowl one year.
Yeah, that was a good year.
The guy that beat the Patriots with the Eagles, I forget his name. I can't even remember his name, but he killed it that game. Sometimes you gotta be at least you're in the game.
Yeah.
But people don't think about that, right? Like people just buy their one snake with 3 females and their one male to 3 females, and they wait 3 years to find out this male is a he, and he does not want nothing to do with females. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
it's funny. It's funny that you bring that up, because I was just talking. Shout out to Tony from Next Level Morphs.
Dude, Tony's my guy. We love you, Tony.
Yeah, Tony's
the guys in the game for sure.
Yeah, Tony's the man. I was just talking to him about this the other day, about backup males and the importance of moving forward and buying expensive high-end males. It's like we have the awesome, beautiful females. Now it's like, what do you add to those females that we've been raising up? We have males. I have males. He has males. But it's like, what else could you add to that? And there's more. There's always going to be something else you can build off of. And shout out to people like Justin, Canova. He's got the library of everything. Without people like him, small guys like myself, Tony, My Z is low, Josh, it's going to be hard for us to have all these awesome, projects to build off of. Obviously Justin's not the only one. There's plenty of other people, and shout out to my guy, Marcelo, out at exclusive snakes out in Germany.
Dude, that guy is sick as shit. exclusive. He told me his
Yeah.
name isn't the best, and because I was like, yo, I need you on the show, and he was like, I don't know, man. So, but
that would be a hard one because I communicate with him a lot. Him and I talk a lot, and I have to get on his level, man. Sometimes I'm up at like 12 o'clock at night because that's when he's like waking up. You know what I mean? Or I'm sorry, I'm up at early in the morning because that's like it. I forget. I'm flip-flopped on our schedules. When I talked to him the other night, he was just waking up, I believe.
Yeah, I know. We had a Germany chondro breeder on a few months back, and it was like 3 a.m. No, it was like, yeah, it was 2 something when it was 6 o'clock at night here. So
yeah,
it's almost like it's almost on London time, but just a little bit further back, I think. But it's definitely like fucked up hours for sure.
Yeah, it's that would be tough to get him on just because of that time difference. But what's the time difference for Devin Prague Morphs?
It's same. He's like 3 in. Like he's coming on Thursday, and
he's a diehard dude. He
loves it. Yeah, and he's from here, so like he kind of like mentally can like get to like the American mental state, and be up. But yeah, he's definitely a different beast. Devin lives, breathes, and fucking sleeps his shit. He loves his shit for sure.
Oh yeah, him and I have actually gotten on a video call before, and just showing each other snakes and talking snakes. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, really
guy, and he has some serious heat. His hypo puzzle project, he's got it all. He's got some really cool stuff, and the stuff that he's working on right now is just next level. Like,
and what's crazy, we always talk about how like, man, you can't really compare via phone pics and in person. I gotta tell you, his fucking phone pics even fucking slap you in the face. It's like you could just tell the quality of this man's work. You know what I'm saying? Or the stuff that he has. Like he has his hands on some fucking crazy shit,
Yeah, most definitely.
What are some of your like let's kind of get to your projects and the foundations that are like getting to that next point, Taylor? What's your bread and butter,
Well, right now what I'm working on that I'm really happy and excited about, everyone was really hyped on the whole Desert Ghost Clown project, right? That got a lot of traction.
I'm a Scoop fan still. I don't give a fuck where the market's at. I love DG Clown shit. It still makes me excited to see it. I love it.
Yeah, it'll always, honestly, and I don't care price wise, whatever. That'll always be king in my racks. That'll always be my top project to work on. I love the Desert Ghost Clown stuff. Like I said in the beginning, the enhancing of the Desert Ghost and then the crazy patterns of the clown. That's all I wanted, and that's where I'm at. And then with that, the first couple of snakes I got were actually before I even got hyped on the Desert Ghost stuff, because the Desert Ghost wasn't even available when I first started buying. It wasn't that available. You couldn't find females. You could find a couple males here and there, but I'm not buying males to sit on for years, right? I needed to buy females in the beginning. So yeah, I pretty much I got really selective with where I started spending my money. Can you give me 1 second? I don't want this to die on you and then have to like reboot all this. I'm gonna go plug.
We'll just go. We'll go ahead. I'll go to Emilio.
Let's show an animal real quick. That's pretty dope. While he does that,
Give me just 1 second.
Let's go to commercial first. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Devin.
I'm Teresa, and we are Prague Morphs. We are based in Czech Republic, a small country in the middle of Europe.
We really love animals that revolve around multi-recessive projects, and one of our very favorites is Hypo. We're really looking forward to clutches that are coming this season, and some of those are Hypo Clown, DG Clown, Hypo DG Clown, and one of our all-time favorites, Hypo Puzzle.
Hope you enjoyed the next episode on Trap Talk, the greatest reptile network in the world.
If you guys want to see next level cutting edge ball python projects, please make sure you head over to their Instagram to follow all their amazing work, and head over to their website to see what they could possibly have available by heading over to progmorphs.com. Thank you again, Devin and Tree. One of the biggest growths we have in the reptile industry today are the rare species of reptiles that aren't worked with. That's right. That's why I went ahead and partnered up again with Brian Susan over at SUNDOWN Reptiles. Brian works with species such as kahua geckos, gargoyle geckos, all species of tree monitors. He works with Abronia and many other cool species geckos that you can check out all on his website. Head over to sundownreptiles.com, see what he has available. Brian's one of the best doing it in the reptile industry today. He's been on the show multiple times, so make sure you check out all of Brian Susan's episodes on Trap Talk Reptile Network. But more importantly, for the highest quality of captive bred reptiles, make sure you head over to sundownreptiles.com and make sure you give him a follow on Instagram. All right, we're gonna pull up your page, Taylor, because obviously I want to kind of get into some of the stuff that you've already produced. Because I mean, you're on your 3rd year breeding now, or how many years have you been breeding now?
I'd say I'm like pretty much rolling into the 3rd year.
Okay, cool. I mean, dude, this shit is nuts right here, bro. What the hell is this? What's going on?
I didn't produce that. That's shout out to Ryan from 31 South. That is his chocolate. That's a chocolate acid orange dream hypo 100% head desert ghost.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a male that I bought not that long ago, you know, to go into my hypo project.
And what's the plan for something like this? Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get to that, did you test for OD on this snake?
I have not yet, and I need to.
Sorry, you just remind me of myself. I got so many fucking tests I haven't even turned in yet, and I'm just like, dude.
So its brother did test positive for OD, and he looks more OD, in my opinion, to the brother. And if you like look at the snake's belly, you know how like when you see Orange Dream like tracks, when you look at their bellies, you can just see it in there. It's like
the tail.
Yeah, you can see it in the pattern in the tail, and just even the coloration on this thing's belly. It looks different, man. It's such a sick snake.
This snake is on the thumbnail. I really like this snake.
Oh yeah, that's something special, man. Like I need to send a shed test and see if that's a super blackhead.
That is sick.
We talked about that one once, right?
I think so. Yeah. I've talked to so many people about it because I've been so like, what did I hit? You know, Ryan again from 31 South, he was like, I think you got red gene in there. You know, because that's floating around a lot of the blackhead stuff. But it just the interaction between the genes that were in that combo are just wild. Yeah, there it is, like fresh, you know, before it had its first shed. And then you see it like the day that it shed out, and it just looked insane. Just pinks, purples, and yellows. Just there you go. No enhancing. That's just under, you know, legit lighting in the room, and that thing just so crazy looking.
You gotta love a snake that like doesn't need all that extra lighting. It's just so fire. It just give it the right light a little bit, and it's just.
I'm like just getting excited looking at it right here. It's like, yeah, it's such a pretty snake. Yeah.
So you're thinking this is a super blackhead, Mojave, yellow belly. What was it, Barry?
Yeah, I'd say like if it is the all gener and it is a super, it'd be super blackhead, Enchi, Mojave, yellow belly, red gene, desert ghost.
Damn, no Enchi?
Didn't I say Enchi?
I don't know. You did? Okay, sorry.
I think I did.
You're saying you hit all of it. You're in your and then some. You're thinking the super. So
yeah, well, because I have its sister to compare it to that is definitely blackhead, Enchi, yellow belly, and it just there's something else going on with this one. You know, it's just way different. If you go down the page, you could probably see its sister. It's like it's more just super black and right there. You went on the right there. It's right next to it. Yeah, that's its sister.
Oh, that's DG for sure. Look at that. God,
yeah.
That is fucking nice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fire. And this is a male, you said, or a female?
Female. I got even Josh when he came over to my house the last 2 times, because he's come over for that clutch and then some of the Cypress stuff I just recently hatched out. And like, no joke, I have gotten so lucky. I've hit so many females. Like I only hit a few males in the last 5 clutches that I produced.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It has to be the incubator, as I always say.
I said that to him. I was like, I don't know if it's my temperatures, the incubator that I'm using, this, you know, like the size. I don't know. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I've read stuff like that. If that was potentially a thing, I don't know.
Or low temps, right? Like lower temps in general that you keep your snake, I think gives you probable chances at more females.
When I want that,
I thought it was higher temps gets you more chances of females, and lower temps get you
lower.
Oh, it's the other way. It's vice versa.
Okay, yeah. See, it shows you how much I know.
Yeah. Superstition.
Yeah, anecdotal.
There's no science behind that. That's just
bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, but the odds will come around, brother.
Yeah, at some point.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I know. On my second clutch, it was like I hit 1 or 2 females out of 7.
Yeah, one snake that I love that I wanted to show is that black pastel cypress fire yellow belly leopard clown. Imagine that with desert ghost.
Which one?
The black pastel cypress fire yellow belly leopard clown.
Oh yeah.
Where's that one at? Is that one here?
That's the that's that one right there that I most recently produced.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Oh my lord,
bro! Imagine that with desert ghost.
That's what Josh was saying. He's like, bro, imagine that thing if it had DG in it, bro. And hypo. Yeah, the oranges would be insane.
Guys,
and I'm not bullshitting you. That's making so much more orange in person.
This is why we do this.
It's true.
Yeah. And we're talking about.
Do you see the smile? Like this is I'm getting excited just looking at my own stuff. It's.
But yeah, what's badass is and this is what scratches my head on some fools who don't think clown is like something important. Like, look at this combo with just clown as a recessive in it and what it's doing. There's still so much more room with clown. It's ridiculous. You would think clown's gonna get just like plateau, but it's not. Like, there's still so much shit just to do with clown by itself. It's crazy.
Yeah, that snake is wild.
So
she's super sick.
He's the route for this thing.
Josh thinks I'm an idiot because that's like the nicest clown I've produced, but I have somebody from Asia who might be taking her. And
damn, someone's swooping?
Possibly, yeah.
Are they paying extra $1 over there compared to what you could sell that for here, or what's going on?
Yeah, well, it's my shout out to my buddy Zach from Scales Reptiles. Are you familiar with him?
Oh, I feel like I've heard the name.
Dude, he is the man. He used to actually live about 15 minutes away from me. Him and his wife, they moved out to Vegas a couple of years ago. And out here, even when he was out here, he had his whole entire basement turned into like a hole on reptile zoo. Like, it was sick. And he pretty much he's already done the same thing to a spot out in Vegas.
Yes, I know who you're talking about now. I know the dude. Dude with glasses, right? He has glasses.
Yeah, he's the man. But he produced a stranger sunset clown, an expensive snake, and this buyer from across the pond hit him up and was like, hey, interested in that and a few other high-end genetics. Put a list together for me on some other stuff that you got. And my buddy hit me up just because he knew I had some stuff that this guy was interested in. And
damn.
I put her on there just kind of like, I just put a list together of snakes and just kind of see what this guy was interested in. And that was one that he really wanted. But yeah, if
it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. And
make it again. Make it again.
Exactly. It might be hard to hit that one, but
are you gonna test it for red stripe or no?
I think I should, because it's got a nice glow to it, man. It's so bright and
fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah,
we're talking like at least another, I don't know, a few $100 if that was red stripe, you would say. I mean,
yeah, no doubt.
I'm just, red stripe's a very fucking relevant gene right now. Like, very, very important to have in a lot of.
For sure. I feel like a lot of people want that in their clown projects, especially with desert ghosts.
I have no red stripe. This is what sucks. It's like, listen, you could name off all these sick ass morphs, but there's that one morph you don't have, and it's nuts. It's like you can't have them all, even though you want them all. It's impossible. It's goddamn impossible.
You want to talk about a morph that's been like on my mind a lot, and I know it has for a lot of people, especially since they just dropped the test for it. But lace. Let's talk about lace.
Yeah.
A lot of people invested in lace, and a lot of people are getting their hearts broken with shed testing from what I've heard through the grapevine. A lot of stuff coming back.
Whoa, okay, let's slow down here, Pilgrim. What's going on?
I've heard that through the grapevine that there's just been a large percentage of stuff that's been sent in hasn't come back testing positive for lace. Like, it hasn't, what they thought they purchased wasn't lace.
There's fucking boo-foo lace out there is what you're saying?
Yeah, and I would say, lace is such a hard gene to identify, and I think that a lot of breeders pumped out. I shouldn't say a lot of breeders, but there's been, I'm sure, plenty of breeders that have sold snakes that they thought had lace but didn't. I mean, I know for a fact, I haven't sent her shed test in, but I know she doesn't have lace. So I got a very expensive snake in my racks that you look at her and you just know she doesn't have lace now that she's an adult.
Now you got
Other snakes, I have other snakes that for sure are lace that you can compare to, and I have other friends that have the same combo as her that are lace, and it's not there, you know. And it's like,
Shout
what?
out to the wishful guesses.
Yeah.
so you know that I'm not going to put anyone on blast at all, because I have all you know, trust that anyone that would be in that situation of selling an expensive snake that didn't test out or prove to what it's supposed to be, that they would make it right. So I would never put anyone on blast unless there was an issue. But again, you know, I got to send in some testing to make sure I know what I'm talking about before I go any further with that. But I think it's something important to talk about because lace is such a popular gene. A lot of people like it, right?
I love it. I have a female that I got from Joel Woolison, State 48 Exotics, and I mean, it's a lace, 100% double het clown hypo, and I could always see it's clearly lace. Like I mean, you've seen it, right? You've seen that girl I have, right? She's fucking. And what's crazy, she's getting better with age. Like the whites that she had in her are starting to like get like bowled out a little bit more. And I think she's probably gonna go for me. I think she's gonna fucking. So I'm gonna definitely test that whole clutch for sure, just to know, I guess, right?
Yeah, sure.
Lace hypo clown stuff is definitely.
I didn't put anything to her that had hypo in it because I have this really nice cypress leopard spot nose yellow belly 100% het clown that I fucking love. Milo, you know that male I have, it's fucking fire. It might have something else in it, I don't know, but I put her to him, and yeah. So
yeah, but once you start stacking stuff, just like Red Stripe, you know, unless you're using a super, you gotta test, like MJ said,
for sure,
because you know, a lot of times people are going to be buying that animal specifically because of that gene.
Yep.
And also too, like, I mean, obviously if you don't test, you're gonna have to sell it like it doesn't have it, and you could just put
POS.
And you can put POS, but like,
that's an investment gene. So.
Yeah, but exactly. Possibly you might want to keep that, and if it does have it, like, why would you want to give that to somebody else and give them a one up? You know what I'm saying? Which isn't a bad thing, but like, you got to take care of yourself first. You're number one, then everyone else. You know, they get what what you don't need, basically. But that's important to do, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, shout out to both the shed testing guys, you know. It's so important that we have stuff like that going on in our industry and that it's taken off in the direction that it's gone, because without having those options and having that like peace of mind that, hey, this expensive animal that I got is legit, man, it's like being able to say, hey, I can sleep for 1.5 years and not have to wait, or 2 years, 3 years, however long it takes for that female or that male to prove out, just to be able to know that those genes are there and you don't have to play that waiting game anymore is huge.
And that, honestly, that's how schemers get by, because most people have to wait and then it's 2-3 years later when they find out. And by then this fucking dickhead is either on to the next one or just like, it's just, oh, sorry, what do you want me to do? But that, like, because of shed testing, thank God, and where we're at in the hobby, those days are over. Like, if you're going to try to pull that shit off, and it's going to eventually come on Trap Talk, and it's over. I'm telling you, like,
bro, I got scammed in the beginning. I got scammed in the beginning by a local guy for fake double head Desert Ghost stuff. Over $7,500 cash. Meet up in person.
Dude, that's I to think about how many people figured out, wow, this guy completely fucked me after getting it tested. You know, and I will say, bro,
I didn't even have to get that far. He ended up, getting kind of called out before that, and it was a nightmare. Multiple people.
I gotta ask, who is it?
It was this. Well, he's dead now.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Wait, there's a few guys that died. Okay, who is it?
It was this guy. Like, I think his name was James, and it was like Bay Area ball pythons or something like that. I forget what the handle was. I'd have to go back and like dig into the archives of all that. But
And he passed away.
Yeah, supposedly, yeah. I mean, like, I think he was like a drug addict or something, and I think he caught like some kind of blood disease or something from doing drugs or something like that.
Or he's in the Bahamas, fucking just dipped out with a bunch of people's money. I mean, there's that aspect.
No, he didn't hit it that hard, bro. He didn't hit it that.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I forget. I forget who told me all this. I think Josh even caught some wind on something like this. Somebody else that we know in the circle got scammed by that guy and stayed on it and did their research or something. I forget exactly.
I'll tell you one thing about this hobby. There's nothing more obvious when, you know, you're looking at someone's collection, you can tell the person's on drugs. It's fucking pretty, like, I don't know, man. I mean, some people are good at hiding it, but also if you kind of look through a little bit, Jesus Christ, the writing's all over the wall there sometimes. And
yeah.
Because the animals suffer by that. You know what I mean? Like nobody's really, I feel bad for in that situation, but for the except for the animals, you know what I mean? But also that addiction's not a good thing either. So it's just fucked. It's not a good thing. It's terrible.
And shame on me for not picking up on the red flags and going off my instinct. You know, I was just greedy to get like these genetics that other people didn't have. There wasn't double heads of these projects that this guy was selling me. And
yeah.
It was a learning lesson. You know, again, like I said, I don't, you know, I'm down to put a little gamble out there. You know, I've definitely done some gambling in my life, and that's, you know, don't want to elaborate on it too much, but I've a lot of my collection I paid for, believe it or not, from playing Texas Hold'em.
Damn! Oh, don't get me started. No way, bro. You dabble in Texas, don't hold them, huh?
Oh yeah, bro, like crazy. Like,
God, you got a gambler.
when I say I put in sessions, bro, like I like minimum 8 to 13 hours. I sit there at the table and just grind away.
Dude,
you know,
you're nuts, bro.
And that's lightweight, bro. When online poker was a thing, when full tilt poker was a thing,
Party Poker, partypoker.com,
bro, all that, yeah.
I used to rent on partypoker.com for like 2 years.
You want to hear a true story? And this is a really cool one. So when I'm a big car guy, and Josh is too, and that's kind of how him and I hit it off in the beginning. We're just car gurus. We just love cars, fast imports, stuff like that, turbo, all that. I was really passionate about getting a sick car. And, you know, I'm raised by a single mother, 2-bedroom apartment with my older brother. We didn't have the means for that kind of stuff. And I was working at a restaurant, grinding, you know, as a server. And I had gone to like visit my brother in college when he was going to Santa Cruz, and him and his friends were playing poker. They were having a Texas Hold'em tournament. And I knew how to play 5-card poker because that's what we used to do with my grandpa, like for fun when we go to Tahoe, like at our vacation place to like hang out. We'd play poker with my grandpa. He's a gambling guy and a talented dude, just loved to gamble. So I knew how to play poker, but Texas Hold'em was new to me. And I was like, I get an extra 2 cards to make a better 5-card hand. And I thought that was kind of cool. Long story short, played this tournament and I won against my brother and his 22, 23 friends that were there. And I was hooked right there. Yeah. I went home and I gave my mom, I forget exactly how much money. I think it was like 500 something bucks. And I used her card to upload onto, it was pokerroom.com.
Yeah, I remember.
It was pokerroom.com. And this was, Party Poker was a thing, but I used pokerroom.com. And it was like 2 weeks onto that, man. I bought into a $380 tournament. I won just under $10,000. I got first place for it. And I took that money and my mom matched me and helped me buy my first like fast, cool car. I got a Subaru WRX, a little turboed all-wheel drive car. And that's what started my whole passion for cars and the fast life. And yeah.
Damn.
And then I was like, wow, like I literally, that was my mission. When I put that money on that website, I was like, I need to make money and I want to make enough to buy a car. And I did it. And then as soon as I got old enough to actually play live poker when I was 21, man, that was a lot of fun.
I literally, until I started losing, like I went from paying my rent off Party Poker to like not being able to pay rent. And once I started like, when I couldn't like rebuttal or bounce back from a like loss, I gave up. I hated losing that much. I just wanted to win. But you know, you're gonna lose no matter what. Gambling's fun. They always say it always evens out in the end, and I don't know if that's true. There are obviously these levels to it, and there's some people who are just. I mean, I used to watch all those guys, Phil, and all those fucking professional pokers back in the day, and they're the millions. You know.
Oh yeah.
And mind you, I fucking hated work. And so I never wanted, I just wish I could have played poker my whole life. I was 19 years old, and my roommates were all like 26, 27, all heavy into it, and they were good at it. And I just, you know, I got good at playing it, but I just couldn't handle losing. And I wasn't in the position to like fucking, if I lose rent money, I'm fucked. Like,
oh yeah,
what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. And so, yeah, bro, it was, I still miss it, but like, holy shit, I was sucked in on that shit for sure.
And that's one of those things, like, you know, so some people, I got lucky in the beginning. I started making bankroll in the beginning before my losses could take over. And I was always really responsible when I started to play poker. And yes, it is gambling, but I never looked at it as gambling, because I was like, I'm putting my money against yours. This is me against you. There isn't any house, you know, odds or any bullshit. I'm playing my position against you. And it's crazy, you know, poker is such a mental game. You know, if you're mentally not in it, don't go sit down at that table.
No.
And that's where I'm at. I haven't played poker. I haven't sat down on the poker table for over a year and a half, which is crazy, you know, to a lot of my friends, and, you know, even my family members are like, dude, go play some poker and make some money. Like, what the hell are you doing? Seriously, I know it's crazy. Like, not my mom at one point was encouraging me. She's like, quit your service job and go play poker. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Like you said, man, like it's a mental state. It's like you literally have to be so locked in mentally. And if it's one thing, I remember me winning, like I didn't win any crazy tournaments, but I did win some like crazy in-house type shit with people. And I remember those games that I were on, I just told myself, I'm gonna win. Like, I'm gonna get, like, I would always just not even play hands and wait for the most perfect pair or like whatever. But I just got the cards I needed at the perfect time all the time. And sometimes you get in a zone like that. It's fucking crazy. But I feel like it's you know, you manifest it. Like, you literally tell yourself you're gonna fucking win. Like, it's what it comes down to. It's crazy.
There's so much truth behind that, man, because the mental strength, again, it's like I said, if you're not mentally in it, you're not gonna win. You're gonna blank out. You're gonna give away the money. You're gonna get tired and fatigued, and
it's like trading ball pythons, bro, for reals. Like,
I was about to say that.
I was literally, that's what I was getting. I was getting into that whole analogy.
Like, the analogy is
perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. Like, if you like if you're not going into your room and you're not mentally in tune with your projects, you're not excited to open tubs, you don't give a fuck about, you know, cleaning the rats because you know what it's doing. Like, bro, like, if all that's missing, well, then there you go. Like, you should step away. That's why some people, I understand why they're selling all their racks, because mentally it's not doing it for them. And the animals deserve better. They don't need to be with somebody who, you know, doesn't really want to take care of them. You know, not that they won't, but they're dragging their knuckles all fucking sobbing to their room and they don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And you know, that's something I can take a lot of pride in when it comes to, you know, in my husbandry and taking care of my animals. I've always been really passionate, to the point where, you know, again, going back to Josh, my Z is low. He was, when I was first getting into this, he had already had some time into this. He already knew, you know, what these snakes needed, what they liked. And he was helping me and mentoring me through the beginning stages of all this. And, you know, I'd tell him like, oh, you know, I'm doing this, I'm changing out the water, I'm spot cleaning. He's like, you don't need to do that every single day. You know, I was like literally in there every single day, just like too much, probably stressing the snakes out. But that was also because I loved opening those tubs and interacting with them and seeing them. And man, yeah, it's been a fun journey so far. And I truly am passionate about it.
We have many. Oh, go ahead, Milo.
Taylor, what's that next project, that next gene that is exciting you and making you want to get into it?
Well, so I always wanted puzzle, right? And in the beginning, I'm so mad at myself I didn't buy more hypo. I do have some hypo animals, but I should have bought more in the beginning.
I mean, there's a hypo puzzle that looks pretty fire.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna get. I got that male from Miguel. I got him last year. He's breeding now. He's now 2 for 2 with females. Stoked off of that.
Nice.
So yeah, he just bred to a black pastel hypo desert ghost.
Oof.
Damn.
So make
be-
orange dream black pastel hypo double het DG puzzle.
I love that combo, bro.
Yeah, that'll be so sick. Like that's huge goals right there with that he was paired to a super orange dream yellow belly desert ghost, and she came from Europe. If you scroll down, she's down. She's one of the brightest, most cleanest desert ghosts in my collection. She's like,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
She's like the enhancer line of desert ghosts, like whatever you want to call it. There is that her? Or maybe you went past it. I think that's her right there.
You're on the left corner.
No, in the center. That's a cinnamon.
Oh, this girl here. No, that's not a clown.
No.
She's big, right? Or no?
She's definitely big now. I feel like I have. Are you on my reels or just on my posts?
I'm on your reels. Oh, I'm on everything, I think.
Oh, okay, because it should show it in there.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm on your posts. I'm on your posts.
Click on the reels because I have more reels on there than anything.
Okay.
Scroll down, and I'll show you because some of my orange dream yellow belly stuff looks.
Up? Is it this girl?
No, that's a badass combo. Hopefully she might go. That's a lesser lace double het DG clown paired to my DG clown from Europe.
Am I getting close here?
Yeah, right there.
This big girl right here to the left.
Right to the right. Go up. Go all the way to the right. Right.
Right here.
Right there. Yeah, that's super orange dream yellow belly desert ghost. She's like
wow,
insane clean. Like
what I like, bro.
Insane clean. There's not a speck of like mud. There's nothing dirty about that snake at all. She's insane. She came from Kenneth Sykes or Skies. I forget exactly his last name.
That shit's fire.
Breeder out of Europe.
OD and DG and then like hypo, like all that. Like you want to talk about a winning combo? It's like
look at that crazy little orange spot on her head right there, like some kind of like paradox little orange spot going on.
Imagine if those yellows were like the orange spot.
Right.
Nuts. And I guarantee that could increase. I've seen that orange spot like increase a little bit more. And I think with time putting it back to OD, it's gonna maybe turn. I mean, I think at some point.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder the high OD fucking shit that Ozzy could be hiding in his collection? I know he doesn't have the biggest collection, but he probably has some of the nicest ODs you could ever get your hands on, probably in this hobby. We lost him. I think it's probably his tablet died. Which, guys, listen, shout out to Lemmy Taylor. Get a fucking charger before the episode, please. Just have it plugged in.
Get on your phone.
No, this is ridiculous. I'm just kidding. Well, I will say Puzzle doesn't deserve to be talked to by Kyle Hoffman the way he talks about Puzzle.
Oh, no. Like for me, I'll wait till he comes on, but I'm really excited about Orange Dream GHI with Puzzle, Black Pastel, Hypo. Man, that stuff's super, super, super exciting.
I'm excited for True Ghost to really break some ground finally. I want more True Ghost out there, man. I want it in my collection too. Hey, shout out to Mark Bailey. He's in town. That motherfucker has some sick ass True Ghost shit going this year.
Yeah.
With DG in it. And I'm all over that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Mark, you hear it? I know you're listening, Mark.
I can't wait to see that, bro.
Your boy up.
I can't wait to see a Desert Ghost Exantic Clown with Hypo in it.
Hey, turn your thing sideways for me, yeah, Taylor? If you don't
You're
mind.
on your phone now, huh?
Yeah, bro. The iPad. I thought my external chart. I thought it was.
You actually sound better.
Does it? Good. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
You're
good. That's a little bit of an older iPad. It's a brand new phone. So
yeah. What we were saying is that like I really like what you're doing. It's where I'm going as well with Puzzle, Orange Dream, Black Pastel, Hypo. Those I'm doing GHI, Mojave, and GHI.
Oh yeah.
I want stuff that's gonna really make that pattern fucking amazing and not hide it. Kudos to you. It looks like we're kind of going in the same route. You know, staying away from where certain things are saturated. You know.
I love this. I like this look right here too. This is nice. I mean, that's probably the blackhead cypress. Like you can't, or is that black pastel?
No, that's black. That's black pastel cypress fire leopard yellow belly clown.
That's the one I said earlier, and we showed a different snake.
Oh, that's the one that you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the one with
that.
spot
That animal to me is fucking
DG hypo in this shit would be nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. She's
Cypress.
sick.
Yo, Cypress is the fucking shit.
I love, dude. I'm so happy I have Cypress.
You know what's crazy is I like her sister. That's just black pastel cypress yellow belly clown.
Where's she at? Is she up here?
She should be like right below it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hold on.
No, that's not it.
Right. Right here.
No, right next to the egg. Next one over. That was her when she first came out. That one right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
Wait, what are the difference between the two? Do they have the same genetics, or is one missing?
That one. So the one in your hand right there has fire.
Got it.
The one in my hand only has black pastel, cypress, yellow belly clown, and the other one has leopard and fire.
Yeah, both are really nice. Yeah.
What do you guys think of fire? I mean, do you try to less is more with it, or do you not mind it? What's going on with you?
It's a sensitive subject for me because I was sold a male and a female that didn't have any advertising of there being fire in the pairings, and I made white snakes.
Same here. Oh my gosh. And then and I think, you know, and I have DG stuff that like old school DG stuff, you know, and I do know whenever you got something that's been in someone's collection for a long time, things are bound to pop up. Like there are things, like think about the years before shed testing. Like a lot of people, like Blade is one, right? Nobody ever IDs Blade anymore, even though we all know it's in their collection. Fire for sure. I don't want to say a victim because I like my stuff, but also I was like, wow, it's a lot brighter than I thought it was going to turn out. And then also, I had someone hit me up just the other day, and I sold him a DG clown. I sold him a high OD DG clown that ended up making an all white snake. The snake where the dam had fire in it. So. And I was like, oh, fuck, I had no idea.
My bad.
Yeah, you know, but also it's like, I don't know, like at the end of the day, do I need to do anything to make that right? Like, even though, like, I mean, because I don't know, like, go ahead.
It's a tough one, you know, because I've obviously, you know, for me, it's like I felt some type of way where I'm like, man, that sets me back because that male that I purchased that has fire in it now, I can't use him because
he's gonna
a shit ton of my females have fire, and I'm not gonna just go make a bunch of white snakes. So in that situation, it's like, yeah, someone's got to make it up in that case. In my opinion, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
That's why I think it's important to ask for pairings.
Yes,
at all times when you buy an animal. And on top of that, I tell everyone in my group and in the trap, we both do, that you should be really studying what these traits are doing to the animals.
100%.
You should be training your fucking eye.
100%. In my defense, you know how you see a lot of people, they'll go vanilla/fire because they don't know if it's either vanilla or fire, right? I was buying a snake that was supposed to be vanilla or have vanilla in it, but it had fire. But that wasn't advertised, that wasn't listed, it wasn't talked about. And I did ask specifically, I'd have to go back on the post. Regardless of it all, the breeder that this happened with that male was like, let me know what you want. All good. Like legit was like, you can have an entire clutch of this if you want to make it up. Because he's like, I understand that's a big setback, but I'll do whatever I can to help you out with that.
And then sometimes you win.
Yep.
You know, like I bought a GHI Mojave clown I fell in love with at a show a couple years back, and he finally produced for me, and I finally figured out, me and Kyle together, and through shed testing, that it looks like the animal was also carrying motley. So I got a new gene in my collection. I mean, motley's pretty dope. I'm excited about it, but you know,
is this white lace? Is this a white lace clown, or is this a fired?
No, so is that the old post? Yeah, that was just because I switched her to a different tub. Yeah, a different tub in the rack.
Okay.
That is a white lace yellow belly clown, and Justin produced that female.
A white lace is, I'm all in. I love it.
Yeah, and what I'm super excited about that snake because I got a male from Justin last year. He's breeding right now. He's making most of my stuff that we kind of got off topic when we started talking about the projects that I'm really excited about. But I have a black pastel red stripe lace desert ghost het clown from Justin.
Wow.
And he's going to that white lace yellow belly clown female. So the goals obviously is to hit white lace white lace clown combos that are 100% hit desert ghosts.
That's dope.
Yeah, that'll be a badass clutch.
And I feel like if there's anyone out there who's in the position where they're like, do I have lace or not? Fucking put 2 possible laces together and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's really going to get to determine what you have, or just shed test it. But so
exactly.
I'm assuming you know, it's all about white lace for you, right? As far as if you have anything lace, the goal is to get that into white lace, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely down to make other lace combos with that stuff. It doesn't all have to be white lace. It doesn't have to be all focused for the white lace project, but that's definitely, I mean, as you can see, look at that female. She looks so nice as an adult.
Yeah, but what I mean by like, okay, like I get that, right? Like you want to make some other lace combos, but you as soon as you make that lace combo, you're going to put that up back to another lace, right?
Yeah. To further the lace project, yes, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I remember, you know, thinking, not that I was fucking like late to DG, but I was all about hypo in the beginning, and then when I finally started connecting dots with DG, mainly because of Will Moros, and I was looking at his shit, I thought, what could be better than a DG combo out there until I saw white lace, and I was like, holy shit! And then I saw white lace into DG, and I was like, this shit just made DG better, and it was like mind blowing. And then it's an incomplete dominant, and it's like, whoa. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, and you know, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but there is the possibility I could hit a white lace DG clown combo this season.
I think Justin's made one. I think I asked him on the show. I was like,
yes,
white lace DG clown. He said, yeah, like fucking. He said 3 years ago he made one.
Yeah, bro, I'm like pretty positive I saw a hypo white lace DG clown by.
Yeah, that's one we gotta.
Or not hypo
sure.
white lace, but hypo lace DG. Clown.
Yeah, notes. That's one we gotta check out for sure.
100%.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on one of his YouTube videos, and I'm 99.9% positive they specifically said hypo lace DG clown. I was like, what?
Hey Taylor, I have a topic for you. Mainly, and also it's because you've been around for a while, like I have, and so I got to ask you, like, what's your take on morphs that have like 4 or 5 different names for them? Like, and I think that's kind of dialed down a little bit because of shed testing. But you know, do you remember like investing into a morph and then you realize a year or 2 later there's like 3, 4 different versions of that morph? And I'm curious, like, did that make you want to stay away from stuff like that, or you didn't mind it? I'm wondering what your take was on that.
No, I didn't necessarily mind it. You know, when I first started buying snakes and that was a thing or a potential issue for me, it would have been Desert Ghost and Enhancer, right?
Yeah. That was the first one that stood out to me was the Desert Ghost and Enhancer, and I was confused why they were the same. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I had, you know, I knew I was willing to invest some good money into this stuff. So again, you know, I'm not just going to sit in the shadows and just be like, oh, let me just buy money and spend money. I reached out to a few people and talking to other breeders. And from what I was told from some of the guys in Europe, they're like, I have Enhancer and I have Desert Ghost. And when I put them together, they make visuals. So I was like, and just me looking at them, I'm just like, this has to be the same thing. They look the same, just there's cleaner copies, which, you know, it's like, I guess you could say the Enhancer is just like the cleanest copy of that version of Desert Ghost. I don't know.
Let me tell you, the whole talk about them being different died pretty quick, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. I feel like that's what happens normally. It's like when there's a big, like,
the crickets started hitting hard.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. They were screaming that shit for a long time.
I know. And I feel like I might have rubbed somebody wrong in the beginning. I made like a post, you know, like from the movie the Interview, when he's like same but different, but same. And I did that for Desert Ghost and Enhancer.
That's funny. That's
and
funny.
I lost some followers, and it was some of the folks over in Canada. I think that I lost some followers, and I didn't mean any offense to it.
They're sensitive up there, buddy.
There's nothing. I was not trying to rub anybody wrong. It's like we all got our money invested in this stuff. Like,
oh shit!
It wasn't a jab at anybody. It's like I got
it's
Enhancer
a cool name,
Desert Ghost stuff. I like the name Enhancer because that's what it's doing. It's enhancing things. It's looking brighter and better as it gets older.
I always like DG. DG is way harder of a name in my book.
Oh, Desert Ghost is it is a really badass name. I love it. I love both of them. I
I remember back then when this conversation was like a fucking fresh topic, and I was like thinking like, because at the end of the day, like if you were to look at the statistics, motherfuckers are buying DG shit, not Enhancer shit. Okay, like that was the most sought after morph during that time was DG. So I'm like, I wonder how many motherfuckers who bought all this Enhancer stuff and is looking at what I'm looking at, and they're just like scratching out Enhancer to Desert Ghost. I mean, how easy is it to do that? Like, let's be real. Like,
I don't know. I've still like to this day I've seen people toss it around where they're like, it's the Enhancer line of Desert Ghosts, and I'm like,
leave it alone, buddy. Just drop it.
Yeah, sure. Just cut that out.
Yeah, I haven't. The
cap.
Being real, I haven't heard anyone say that word in a while.
Which word?
Enhancer. I mean, or maybe I just don't pay attention to certain people. I don't know.
Maybe all the above.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
What is something? Okay, because on this topic, right? There are some like shout to Antoine, man. DPR Cold Blood. Like I feel like he has his hands on some fucking like shit that we haven't even really seen what it could do yet. Like mainly my favorite thing that he has is Gorilla. Like I fucking love the Gorilla shit.
Oh, that dark stuff that he's got going on, definitely.
Yeah. But is there anything out there that is floating around that is like unworked, like so untapped that you want to add to your collection?
There was a little while ago, but I kind of fell off the idea of it because I didn't see it getting traction. And it was this guy, Tony Hershey. I forget exactly how to say his last name. Out of Europe. He has some crazy Desert Ghost stuff that he's working over there. He's not big onto the social media. You're not going to see posts of some of these snakes that he was making, but he has this gene called Aurora. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of that. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's. I forgot where it was popped up. Maybe on here somewhere, right, Emilio? Or
I remember the name, but I honestly, for the life of me, I can't remember what it looks like.
Yeah, it kind of just whacked out the patterns and just made really cool, crazy looking snakes, especially with Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, and Desert Ghost at play. He made a bunch of combos with that in there, and super Orange Dream versions of it, some with spot nose, some without. I wish I could find the pictures to show you. But I was interested in potentially getting that and bringing it over here to the States because I'm like, nobody out here is working this, and it's already in the Desert Ghost for me, so that could do some cool stuff. But I was like, I'm not paying for all that money for something. It's not even a recessive. It was and he wasn't even sure what it was really. He was still figuring it out and playing around with it. So that was the only thing out of the regular, the norm that's out there that I was potentially going to dip into that I just didn't.
What do you think about Zebra?
I think it's cool. I think it looks awesome. That would be a hard one for me to invest in with the talk of there being other genes that could potentially be Zebra.
No, that got kicked to the curb. I found out the Zebras. It has nothing to do with
its own thing.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
That's awesome. Okay, well, that's great to know. It shows you how I'm trying to stay as relevant as I can, but just with life, personal stuff that's been going on.
It's hard to know everything. You know what I'm saying? And now I know this because I talked to Justin a lot, and I was just at his place, and he showed me the first Zebra clown that he made, and that had spot nose in it also, and I was happy. I was actually really happy for Zebra because just like you, I was kind of like, oof, like kind of.
Well, isn't it? They said like Mackenzie was Zebra or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
and what's crazy, you had two, like you had Bob who was pushing the Mackenzie, and then you had other people that were rooting for Zebra. But when you have Bob who's batting for something, it's kind of like fuck, like if that turned out to be the same, I don't know, that would have been RIP to Zebra for sure.
You also had Striker. That animal's really nice. The one I saw. It might be again, Zebra's the main one, and then you got two that look kind of like it. We've seen this a million times in the game. So, but yeah, genetic testing said they're not the same.
Yeah, for me, it's like if I see genetics out there that are looking very similar to others and kind of copying that image, and it's hard. That's going to be hard for me to invest in, especially if one is way cheaper than the other.
Yeah, that's. But also, I feel like that's. I'm trying to think of an example where one was cheaper. Well, okay, it's been a long time that Ultra Male has been substantially cheaper than Monarch, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, like you got to have, like, for instance, like, it's obviously they're not the same morph. I'll tell you right now, they are not the same morph. Could be similar sometimes with certain.
But what I would say to you, MJ, is that to me, Monarch and Ultra Male are a little bit more different than the three genes that were thought to be the same.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about the difference in price here. We're talking like,
okay.
We're talking the difference of like, I want projects, but why is one thousands of dollars more than the other one?
Yeah,
it just makes you question, like, you know what I'm saying? And also, I'll never forget how a lot of Ultima people were in their feelings because how much, Justin dropped that Monarch video, and obviously Monarch stock fucking goes through the roof when that happens. And then guess what happens to Ultra Male? It drops a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that makes people panic. But it's also like being mad at, one gene just because the other one's doing more, like, or whatever. It's you can't compare the two. It's kind of it's kind of, but also like kind of reverting back to like what Emilio was saying. When you have three of the same, when you have one gene and there are three different names and they're all prices range throughout the roof. I mean, I don't know what you do in that case. I would go whichever one Justin's repping.
That's what most people do.
That's what you do. You don't have a choice. Like, you have to go where the trend's at sometimes. But also, like, you have to like the work behind it too. Like me and Emilio, this will probably be an argument to the day we die. Wookie and chocolate, right? You could sit here all day blue in the face and tell Emilio they're different, but him in his head thinks they do real similar stuff, and he's right. But at the end of the day, like, how do you choose which one to go? Like, how do you and how do you determine which one's right for you? I always feel like go with whichever makes the better super. And I always said, I see all these great super chocolate shit. Where's the super Wookie stuff? My DMs did get flooded after I said that. And I saw some super Wookie stuff, but it's not as, I'm sorry, it does not hit the same as super chocolate. Super chocolate's way harder than super Wookie. Just want to throw that out there.
I will say that I don't think it's been done enough.
Yes.
Yeah, but, super Wookie.
Listen, I'm not going to continue to beat up that topic because to me, all I've consistently said is I think they're all the same mostly.
And that you hate Wookie.
Doing the same thing, Raven, Chocolate, and Wookie. I don't want to keep beating that up. Everyone believes what they believe. At the end of the day, tomorrow, we might get a shed test that says that they're the same or not.
Hey, you want to know why? You want to know why he don't want to beat it up, Taylor? Because I'm right.
Hey, it ain't about being right, bro. I'm gonna continue, guys. I'm gonna continue to tell you guys this. I have some chocolate already in my collection. I don't have supers yet.
Wookie?
I have chocolate, but if I had Wookie tomorrow, hey, I'm good with both. I don't care. I mean, but to me, they're so similar that I'd rather stay to one.
If I made a really sick Wookie combo and I wanted to send it to you,
of course. Hey, I have nothing. Listen, I'll have Raven tomorrow.
Oh, dude, no.
But what I'm saying is, if I was working one or the other, it's okay because they do very similar things, and I'd be happy with either one.
All right, that's so Raven.
Hey, there's some fucking super Raven clowns out there that are fucking dope. It's just that name. That name fucking sucks.
Yeah. Who has these super Ravens? That's so Raven.
Oh, I think one of my V unit guys has a super Raven clown.
You have a lot. Who?
I'm gun guy.
Who the fuck's gun? Oh,
JC.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure his is a super. You
have another dude too, an older guy who had.
Oh, JQ. JQ has some. No,
and someone else, not JQ. There's another guy, an older guy with glasses. He's super low key, kind of. I forgot. He was on the show. I forget his name, but he was talking about Raven.
Busy.
Busy, yes.
Yeah, Busy he's got a bunch of Raven. Again, name is everything, guys.
Marketing's everything too.
Yeah. So
that's why, like, okay, you can't really get mad at someone pushing something when it's there. Like, you should be excited. Like, you should be somebody building something up, but that building doesn't matter unless you have that product. I feel like
what I can say to you guys is someone could have a certain lineage of animals that could make a gene look very different.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's not lose track of that, people out there, please.
And I also, dude, this is why sometimes I don't trip. If somebody makes something that I'm going after, I don't give a fuck. You can make a better version of that. Like, you know how many different examples there are of certain like projects that are similar? Like, not all quality lays the same in people's projects. Sometimes people got better quality shit. And I feel like you should like bet on yourself when it comes to that. And I know it's easy for people to sit there and like wait years to make something, and then like the year before they make it, they see it's already being made. Who gives a shit? Fucking
like Taylor, for instance, Ozzy's animals. Ozzy's animals are so selectively bred that there's animals that he hits that you automatically think they have OD and they might not. Yeah. Because they're so clean. So animals that you get, it depends on the look is going to depend a lot about where you get them from,
100%.
Anytime I haven't done this in a while, and I'm sorry guys, this fucking podcast is so fire. Why is there 60 plus people in the building and 30 likes? Hell to the no. Can we? And I get it. It's exciting. Great. I know we're just listening, but guys, take the time, just hit the like button right now for respect. Holy shit, the ratio. What is this? What the fuck?
Taylor's fucking killing this shit.
Get the likes up. Seriously, this is terrible. Holy shit. Anyways, I haven't done that in a while, but I just looked real quick and I was like, 30 what? Are you? We just had 70 people tapped in here.
That's not fair, guys. Come on, man. What's going on?
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Dude, snap out of it, guys. Sorry, dude. I get it. Maybe rough weekend. Who knows? Fucking Jesus.
Right.
No, so I'm curious, though, at this point right now, first off, how big's your collection, Taylor? How many snakes you have?
Like breeder snakes or just snakes with babies and everything?
Oh yeah, why don't we go with that? Like, how many like pairings are you going for a year at this point? Like, what do you shoot for?
Nothing crazy, because I don't want to overwhelm myself. Again, I'm making a lot of stuff for me, and I don't need to have 300 babies just chilling to feed. So I would say for this season, no more than 15 clutches at max.
I mean, to me, that's a lot. Like,
it is a lot. It is a lot, but that's like at max, and that's what I'm breeding, and I don't know if I'm gonna get them all to go. Right now, we're on track. It looks like. I have a lace girl that's about to drop. That's gonna be a badass clutch. She was a pastel fire lace het clown. She's a proven breeder. And she was paired to my orange dream yellow belly desert ghost het clown that I produced. He's super nice. So that can make some really nice high quality clowns that are lace and will be 100% het desert ghost.
Hey, we're going to get to the wrap-up topic of things. I'm going to go first, and then we'll get to Emilio. And I want to go back to what we were talking about a little earlier in the show. I don't want to sound hypocritical. And I've been pretty, like, transparent about this since the beginning. I come from a strong sales background. I love fucking making money. Like, it gets my little cho-cho going when I make some money.
Who doesn't?
I get it, but also, like, I feel like it's okay to want to make money in the ball python game. But just like everything else, there's a time and a place, right? Like, first and foremost, you got to see if you're really meant for this shit, right? And you can't be thinking about making money if you don't even know if you're meant for this yet. And I feel like you graduate to certain stages, and the money stage comes. Oh, it fucking comes. You know what I'm saying? But it comes when it comes at the right time. And some people, it comes right away. It comes too soon where they get used to that, and then it flattens out. And they don't make no money. I feel like that's what happened to a lot of COVID breeders. And I was one of them, bro. Like my second actual year breeding snakes, I cleared over 6 figures. I could not fucking believe it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And then also with me, with my background, I knew like this is a little too good to be true. Like I knew I need to get into other species other than ball pythons because how big ball pythons were growing. So I'm like, and I know my pockets aren't nowhere deep as all these motherfuckers that are all these top tier guys. So I was like, I got to find something else. That way, at least I'm diversifying things. But I always knew like that money was like, I don't know if I'll ever make this money again. And I never expected it the next year. And I just love that I was even making a fucking cent off a snake. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I'm making $1 off a fucking snake that I'm not saying it wasn't hard, but I'm just saying like I cannot believe what I'm getting off of just producing snakes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there's just a time and place when you should be thinking about it. And I'm not saying none of us here don't think about making money in the game because that would be a lie. We fucking we think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Anyone that's buying snakes that cost $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever X amount of dollars, if you try to tell me that you just bought that snake and you weren't intending to make some money off of it, I'd call you a liar to your face.
Right.
I mean, you do have some people like that. Some high-end pet people.
100%. 100%.
I'll say to what MJ was saying, man, you get to make money and expand the hobby. You get to make it bigger, bro. There's nothing better than this.
Yeah, and I don't envy, like there's people out there who like have what we have, right? But they have a fucking legit 9 to 5 that they actually love. You know, I always say like a lot of people hate their fucking careers, but that's not all the cases. Like some people are doing everything they love, not only in snakes, but like their own career. And I feel like, holy shit, like having to have that, like at the end of the day, you should always be doing what you love. But this right here, I've never loved anything as much as I love the snake game, you know, other than my family. I'm just saying, like, nothing has ever hit me like it's hit me like the snake game, for sure. So
100%.
For sure.
100%. When I was selling high-end exotic cars, like I was surrounded around Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, Bentley, for everything you can think of, all the top high-end stuff. I'm getting to even drive these cars as I'm selling them to some of these customers. And literally, as I'm done finishing up with these customers, I'm going back to my office, pulling up MORPH Market, looking at snakes. Like I have such a crazy passion for the cars, but it's crazy how that passion for the cars is now snakes. Like I don't ever go online to look up cars anymore. It's crazy. It's like I'm still a car guy, don't get me wrong, but my gears are shifted.
That's cool.
You know, I used to like. I mean, I wasn't like a sneaker geek or anything. But I used to like buying clothes. Like I was like buying clothes was a thing. I don't even do that no more. Like I'll fucking we'll go to Target. I'll get some underwear, obviously, or get what I need. But all I wear are snake shirts. It's crazy. Like I kind of want to switch it up a little bit, but how can I? Like I'm so used to what I'm used to,
and the life.
It's the life, and like mind you, like there are times where I'm up at night and I am looking at just some sneakers or something, but I'm like, the fuck, like how's it? I don't know. Like, do I want to drop money on these Jordans? I don't know. Like,
hey, now funny. You're trying to match.
No, that's like what my wife and I were talking about. My wife and I were talking about this the other day, and just like, you know, time's flying. Like that's stuff that I used to care about, having fresh, brand new, you know, t-shirts or new shoes, like staying up to date with the new look or whatever. Like, I don't care about that. I mean, I obviously want to present myself well, but I don't care. Too. I don't care to. Yeah, I'm not a showboat kind of guy. I don't need a flaunt. You know, I don't think I'm a scrub, but I'm down with a hoodie and some jeans and, you know, some Nikes. Like I don't need any brand name stuff.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's get to your topic or question.
Pretty much. Hey, we know where your homie stands on this, but we didn't get to it, so it's gonna be my wrap up, bro. How do you feel about Sunset?
Ooh. Oh boy, he's gonna murder this one. Hold on. Whenever there's a pause this long,
the truth.
It's not. It doesn't look good for Sunset. Let's go. Let's hear it.
The truth.
So, because I'm gonna go right back to what we were talking about earlier in hype projects, and I'm not gonna say specifically Sunset itself, but like the Sunset Clown project. To me, I was like,
Wow.
I know, I say this. It's hard because I know a lot of people are so heavily invested into it. But for me, this is for me. This is not against anyone else because this goes back to what I was saying earlier. I am in this to make snakes that are gonna look good as adults and that are gonna show their patterns and their colors and retain all that. And I don't see that happening with a snake that is brown out of the egg. You know what I mean? It's a snake that I know we're starting to see a lot of other genes tossed in there, and we're starting to see some enhanced versions of Sunset. And it could go, it could go a long way. But for me, I just from the very beginning never saw a future with it for me because of the darkness. And I just, as I saw them with a little bit of age too, I was like, where did that pattern go? It's gone. Now it's a brown snake.
Yeah.
And for me, that's such an important thing for me is like I want these snakes to look good as they're adults because at the end of the day, if my snakes don't sell, I love my snakes. And I want to I want to enjoy my snakes, but I'm not going to enjoy looking at a patternless brown snake.
Hey, we're still working on it, bro.
Hey, you want to talk about one thing? Hey, you want to talk about betting? I would.
So
bet.
again, but you heard what I said. I did touch that. Like we are starting to see some really cool shit.
100%, bro.
I'm not hating on it. And
I'm not.
I'm just talking about me, and that's why I was so paused and hesitant on it because I didn't even want to say that. But I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and I'm gonna tell you where it's coming from the heart. Like,
hey, but real quick, Krista knows this, and MJ knows this. I have a schizo kind of relationship with Sunset. Okay, I'll attack it, and then
love it.
This side I'll attack it a little bit. That it's a challenge, and then this side I'm like, I might be okay over here.
That's all bipolar, buddy.
well, yeah, bipolar.
It's an extreme version of bipolarness, but and mind you, listen, I've seen Justin, I've seen Miguel, I've seen Brock, I've seen some really nice, I've seen Brad Boa, seen some really nice Sunset shit, but show it to me when it's a fucking 4-year-old, 5-year-old.
Exactly.
That's all I want. There's too many of this younger fucking Sunset shit flossing, not enough of the older stuff. I wonder why.
Let's touch up on that. Let's touch up on that exactly because I talked to some of these guys, on the back end of all that and asking their honest opinion. Like, is this hype? Are you hyping this? What's going on? Like, keep it real with me. And I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to call any names, but yeah,
hype. The hype. Is,
and I'm being real with you. That is what That's what I was told from somebody who.
Hey, Big C's pissed.
Who?
Huh?
Big C. She's pissed in the chat.
I mean, dude, listen. The truth is undisputed. You can.
I'm sorry. I'm not. If you're mad at me for how I feel about a certain gene, that's unfortunate. But
hey, palm trees can be flooded with sunsets.
Hey, love you guys. Hey, Brandon, Krista, love you. I'm Sunset. I'm Team Sunset most of the time. So
I want all the smoke from the Sunset lovers. I'm just kidding.
I mean, go for it. I mean, it's not. I'm being real. A lot of people need to kind of be in my shoes and do the same thing. It's not about what is moving in the market and what everybody is like really focused on. If you like it and you love it, cool. But if you're just following a trend because other people are on it, like, come on. And I've talked to quite a few people that have purchased Sunset and have come back to me and they're like, you know what you said, like, I kind of feel that way now about my Sunset. It's like, I'm so far behind on this project, and for me to get this to be enhanced and get it to where I want it to look, like I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Brandon, I love you to death. Shout out to Brandon Nixon. I wanted to look at the male that he was talking about. It's pretty male, but I have an Enchi combo that looks like that. I swear to God. On everything I love, I have a fucking combo that looks like that.
Is that Sunset Enchi?
No, it's a Sunset Vanilla. Sunset Vanilla.
See, with Vanilla, see how Vanilla's enhancing that and bringing out like the pattern, and you can see that? That's awesome.
Hey, homeboy just hit a Sunset Ultra. That's just dope as fuck.
Who did that?
You did. That's respect. I will say the best aging sunset I've ever seen was Ultramil Sunset for sure.
And I can't wait to see a Sunset Monarch now as well.
And Brandon, it's all love, buddy. And I'm just saying, honestly, there's nothing wrong with trends. I got to tell you, that's how this hobby's built, is off the fucking trends. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But guess what? Trends always fall off now and again. So it is.
And risk taking.
Look at what I'm breeding, you guys. I am heavily focused on Desert Ghost. I didn't buy Desert Ghost because it was trending. I started getting Desert Ghost before it was like, I mean, from what I could see, it wasn't even like available on the market when I started buying it, right?
Yeah.
And before I started seeing it really blowing up and everybody having it, I was already intrigued and loving what I saw, and I knew why I loved it. And it wasn't because other people were liking it, and it wasn't because other people were blowing it up and making it more expensive. I saw the future of what it could do for what I like. I mean, it's pretty simple. And again, you know, I'll circle back on the Sunset. I think that if anyone loves it, cool, go for it. But for me, for a snake that doesn't age well, that's what I'm trying to stay away from. So it's not something that I am a huge fan on. But I think it's really cool what we're starting to see and what's really starting to come out with that project.
And it's either you like something, you don't like something. So like, and we don't have time to buy something we don't like. Hello,
no, 100%. But you know, it's like
that doesn't mean that something won't be made that you'll like. Like, and this is why I always say that there's already combos of Sunset I've seen that are like, okay, that's fucking nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope. But again, I want to see the adults show us where they're at when they're 4, 5, 6 years old. You know.
And then we also got to continue to take risk.
Well, that's
yeah.
That never stops.
Yeah.
Well, that's a given. I mean, that's a part of this whole game. You know, taking risk and rolling the dice.
But hey, when you make an ugly ass snake, admit it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, don't come here and try to say, "Oh, this thing is so amazing, I love it." No, you don't.
Yeah. What are you trying to hide?
No, you don't. You know
what?
Oh my gosh!
Since you guys asked me, because I kind of want to know what are your thoughts on the Sunset? I know Emilio, you kind of touched on it. What about you, MJ? What do you feel about it?
I mean, I first and foremost, I love busting the Sunset lovers balls. Like it's because at the end of the day, I am speaking on how I feel, but I don't feel like Sunset has no future. Like, no, not at all. It's
100%.
It's just a crazy uphill battle to make a Sunset combo that's going to compete and fucking blow the waters out of other stuff that's out there. But do you know how many fucking Sunset combos Brock had to get to the ones that he's making now? Same with Brad, same with Just. Like, people have been working Sunset for decades. Okay.
And that's what I was trying to touch on. You know, it's like some people are just, they feel like it's too much to get it to where they want it to be from the communication that I've had with other folks.
It's too much work. That's all. Like for me. But other people who have the patience and they have the vision. If you have the vision for it, go ahead. Everyone has their vision, right? You got to go with what works for you. And for me, it's never been Sunset. It was like the story of Sunset always meant something to me because I saw it for the first time at Barchek's. And like, you know, I remember how excited he was to get it. And I just remember all this build up to it. Just like, for me, I thought like, fuck, I've been waiting.
Well, how about the story of it, like when they pulled it out of the ground and they first saw a sunset? Do you remember? Did you see that? The photos from Africa?
I think I might have.
Dude, like
that, out of the ground?
So like, yeah, just to touch on that, like that is so cool how they came across the sunset. Like from what I saw, it was years ago. I swear, if you Googled it, you could probably find it. But there's a guy they found like a visual sunset like in the ground. They like were pulling it out of the dirt, taking pictures of it, and I think that snake made it to the States. I don't know exactly, but it was the first visual sunset, from my understanding.
Trying to find it. I don't see any sunsets in the dirt, buddy. I see dirty sunsets. I see a bunch of dirty sunsets.
Like it's not like they're like pulling it out of the hole, but you can tell like it's like covered in dirt. Like they had just caught this thing. It was a smaller.
Brandon's looking for it.
Yeah, shoot it over my way, Brandon. But all right, listen. Wrap up question. Or sorry, not wrap up. Hot seat question time, man. Yes, these 2 hours fucking flew by. As I knew, you know, like I said, this was a great
episode. Yeah.
Definitely long overdue. But got the hot seat questions part of things. Are you ready for that, Taylor?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, buddy. It's how
I know.
Only way you get let go is by doing the hot seat questions. And guys, again, not going to be as aggressive this time, but get the likes up because the likes did get up. I appreciate it. Now we're closer to 50. Thank you so much. But
Thank you, guys.
let's increase that if we can. Let's get the likes up. Hot seat questions. You guys know this time of the episode, this is where the questions come in hot. Quicker the better when you answer these. Okay, Taylor?
Yes.
All right, guys, let's go. Hot seat questions coming in hot. Frozen thought or live?
Frozen thought.
First thing you'd feed a baby ball python?
A mouse.
Come on, buddy. Give us a size. Give us like, you know.
Like a little fuzzy.
Okay.
Crawler.
Egg cut or no cut?
Question again?
Egg cut or no cut?
Oh, cut. Day 58.
Nice. Okay. You knew what I was going to ask it. Okay. Okay. Red Chondro Neo or yellow Chondro Neo? If you had to pick.
Red.
Yay imports or boo imports?
Yay.
To spray a ball python or to not spray a ball python?
Spray.
Yay sports or boo sports?
Yay.
Favorite sport?
Golf.
Favorite golfer of all time?
Damn. Favorite golfer of all time. That is such a tough one because I like so many of them. Damn it. Adam Scott.
Okay, damn. So you're like into golf. Like normally it's kind of like Tiger Woods. People say it right away, but you're into it.
Yeah, that's like the typical like everyone knows who Tiger Woods is, but you know, there's something about that man, Adam Scott, his character, an amazing golfer, an amazing person. He just checks all boxes of just a good person. So it's more than just the sport too.
I'm a huge John Daly guy. I like John Daly.
Oh yeah, he's a badass. That's just like if you were to say who would you want to golf with, that'd be definitely like the top 5.
I didn't know you could chug whole milk of chocolate milk at that age. Like this fool, like he drinks glasses of it on top of like more, smokes a whole pack of.
And he kills a whole pack of cigarettes in a round of golf.
Daniels, like bro, and he doesn't touch water. Does not drink water.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's like, what's that?
Bro, if I don't have water at some point in the day, I start like crashing, like my body starts crumbling inside. Like I almost die if I don't have water. I don't know how that. Anyways, all right, moving forward. Here we go.
Check your DMs.
Big flexor or no flexor? You hear that? Big flexor or no flexor?
No flexor.
Steak or fish?
Steak.
Favorite cut of steak?
Ribeye.
West Coast rap or East Coast rap? I don't even have to ask you that.
West Coast.
All right. Favorite West Coast rapper of all time?
I mean, it's gonna have to. I know it's gonna sound funny because that's who you rep so hard, but like legit, Mac Dre is my guy. I grew up in the Bay Area. I was raised out here in the Bay Area. I have been in the presence of Mac Dre. I've hung out with Andre Nicotina. I've smoked some pot with those guys. Like that. Yeah, that's very close to home.
Fuck yeah. All right. Little word association. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. Milk.
Bubble guts.
Favorite ball python morph.
Desert ghost.
Least favorite ball python morph. Least favorite ball python morph.
That should be easy, bro. Come on.
That should be fucking opt out. He just don't want to hurt feelings. That's
pastel.
Why. Oh, okay. Oh wow, bro. Wow. What? How original, buddy?
Are you being for real?
I'm just kidding. No,
honestly, like
he wanted to say sunset for sure. I could see it. He was like,
no, because it's not my least favorite, but it's not something that I'm going to spend a bunch of money in.
Okay, sorry. Moving forward. Duck shed.
Hydrate.
Morph market shipping.
Sounds good.
Last but not least, and then Emilio's confusing take it or leave it questions that he has. Coolest reptile network in the world.
Trap Talk.
Let's go. Get him, Emilio.
All right, man. This is simple. One's got to go. All right. So
I thought we're switching it to stay.
Bro, nah.
Okay, right. We'll leave it OG. We're leaving
it
OG.
Or just pick.
No. Keep it OG. Keep it OG. One has to go. Let's do it.
You know, like drink champs, bro. It's pretty simple.
Right,
who wins this battle? Okay. DG or Hypo?
Hypo.
Wins the battle?
Are you saying which one? Which one would I? Which one would I eliminate? Is what you're asking me?
Yeah. What are you keeping?
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
keeping DG.
Cool.
Okay. Clown or puzzle?
Clown.
Wow. Epic.
Cypress or lace?
Oof.
Lace.
Nice. That's a good one. I need that super.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
DG Pompeii or Hypo DG puzzle?
Wow, dude.
Damn you. That DG Pompeii.
Oh, that one made me sweat.
Blackhead or stranger?
Blackhead.
Blackhead. Yeah.
Orange Dream Hypo puzzle or Black Pastel Hypo puzzle?
Orange Dream Hypo puzzle.
He's an Orange Dream guy, bro. He's in it.
I have that snake.
That might be one of the hardest questions I've asked. I am confused by that question myself.
But he said it with no hesitation.
I said it with no hesitation.
I honestly, that Black Pastel Hypo puzzle is one of my favorite combos made.
I agree. It is insane. I 100% agree, and that's why I want to get there.
Yeah.
Respect.
Tupac or DMX?
Tupac.
Oh well, this is a dumb question now, but Mac Dre or Be Legit?
Oh, Mac Dre all day.
NWA or Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang.
Dang. Yeah, for sure. I would have said the same thing.
All right, this question. I mean, listen. The Green Anaconda is like a massive motherfucker. Okay, the biggest you could think of. King Cobra or Green Anaconda?
Probably the Green Anaconda.
Okay.
Because I have a better chance of surviving owning that snake.
True.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Well, those were some of your favorite species, and those were the only ones I really like to ask that I could have made it exciting, you know?
Was that the last one?
Like when I was a little kid and I saw like the cobras with their hoods coming out, I was always like, that is so cool. And that's what whenever I drew a snake, it was always a hooded snake, a cobra. When I was a little kid.
You know, that might be the snake that started a lot of the love that we have for snakes out there.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
But the Gaboon Viper is like one of my favorite snakes.
All right.
I put that out there.
Bonus, last fucking hot seat question. You ready? Leave it in the dirt. Take it out the dirt. Which one?
Oh,
see, that's it.
So that's the sunset.
That's what I was talking about, dude.
That's the MF that started it all right there.
That's it. See, that's what I was telling you about.
Are those designer jeans?
But isn't that badass, that photo?
Bro, those are chrome heart jeans. This fool is balling over there. I've seen this photo for sure. It does now. It does. It's maybe he just lives in the dirt, bro. I don't know if he pulled that out the dirt. Do you think?
I don't know. That's probably the case. You're right.
Hey, Jason Jean from Benin sent that to Brian Barczyk.
Wow, that's wild.
That's so cool. So it's like when you bring that into the equation and you talk about the history of Sunset, like I love that. I love that. I love everything about that. Yeah. Like I do not hate on Sunset. It's just not. It's not for me. It's not for my projects and what I'm working on. That's all. And I feel terrible if I offended anyone and made them feel like I hate it or I think it's terrible, because that's not what I think. It's just not for what I'm doing and what I prefer for the long game.
And I just want to say also, if I offended anyone out there, I don't give a fuck. Sorry.
Hey, listen.
Well, I do care. I do care about everyone's feelings.
We're different.
You shouldn't get offended. It has an amazing place in the market.
And it's just ball pythons. Relax, dude. Relax. Okay.
No, yeah. We shouldn't get offended. You know, it has an amazing place in the market. I mean, there's a rainbow out there of different colors, man. You know, so
show the production. That's all you got to do. Just show what you're working with. Hey, listen, again, great time tonight, Taylor. I appreciate you so much. Where can people follow your work? Would you say Instagram's the most active place for people to kind of follow you? Have any questions they want to hit you up? IG?
Yeah. I'm, I try to be as active as possible. Like people can message me on there and I will try to respond as fast as possible. My schedule is like pretty hectic right now. I'm not even working full time, but I take care of my mom full time outside of everything else I got going on.
Awesome.
So, I try to put a lot of focus and energy into that. And I've been kind of putting social media off to the side because I'm sure, as you guys know, and a lot of other people know, you get on that phone and you can just scroll for so long. Dude, and it's like, I've been trying to just kind of put that off to the side a little bit to focus on family right now and just kind of get in the right direction that we need to. But with that being said, I'm going to go hard with the Instagram. I'm going to try to keep everyone up to date with the clutches that I'm making. And yeah, I love it when people reach out. If anyone has questions or they need help or they think I can assist them in any way, like I'm a very friendly guy and I'm all about it. And I'm down to make new friends. And I am excited to travel and go to some of these shows too. I need to get out there and spread my wings.
You need to come to Trap Fest. What's up? Can we get your ass down to Trap Fest this year or what?
Where's that at?
San Diego. It's at my house.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, I could definitely make that happen. What we could do is like I'll coordinate with my boy out there too, so that I can just stay with him and I don't have to hotel it up or whatnot.
Right.
I forget what part of San Diego he's in, but anywhere in San Diego, I'm sure it won't be a tough commute.
Yeah, I'm not far from downtown. I'm like pretty much in the central area of San Diego. So
cool.
Well, I'll give you details and whatnot. And yeah, bro, I really appreciate your time, guys. Do me a favor, go give him a follow. Pacific Pythons. Wait, did I say
Pacific Coast? Sorry, Pacific Coast Pythons.
Yeah, and we're both wishing your mom a speedy recovery, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
for that, bro, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, give him a follow. Link in the description below. Give it up. It's a wrap for the homie Taylor, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate it, everyone. Thank you so much. Anyone that tuned in, thank you.
Killed it, brother. You killed it.
Have a good night. Taylor. We'll talk soon, buddy.
You guys too. All right, talk to you soon.
Peace. Hey, I just wanted to want the record to reflect the reason why I'm kind of going hard on Sunset again is because of the headlock Brock Wagner put me in at Tinley. And so I'm just giving a little payback from that headlock, Brock. If you put me in a headlock again, I'm gonna go hard on Sunset. So and Krista and Dave Levison were there to witness that. It was on the live. He did it on the live. Did you not see it on the Tinley episode yet? He put me in a headlock, dude. Anyways.
That's funny.
Hey, listen. God bless.
I love episodes like this, bro.
Yeah, this was great. It was cool because, oh, man, there's not too many people that I have talked to throughout the last 5 years that haven't been on this show. But he's fucking dude. It was cool to have this homie on the show. Oh, I know what I was gonna say to Taylor. We need to have him and Josh on the show next time. That would be a cool, we revisit this in about a year or so. I want him and Josh on the show. That'd be sick.
Big time Cali episode, dog.
Really will be, man. But yeah, I appreciate you, Emilio. Great episode. Give us your overall thoughts on tonight.
Great. I love episodes where the guest comes in and has tons of knowledge, is fucking passionate, doesn't fully care only about the money, doesn't misrepresent themselves. I always say this. I fucking love it. I gained a homie now with Taylor. It's freaking awesome. I love episodes like this.
Yeah,
they're
man.
Entertaining, So
definitely was a fun one tonight. I appreciate everyone who tapped in. Bill Arena Reptiles on Instagram, the V Unit subscription. Get tapped in with some of the best game being thrown out there in the ball python game from this man right here. Does a hell of a job. Appreciate you as always, Biggie.
Appreciate you.
We'll catch him here next Monday. So wrap for Biggie, Top G, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everyone.
Later, man. Have a good night. Appreciate you, dude. Peace. All right, guys. Thank you so much to anyone who tapped in. Before you guys leave, hit the like button. Thank you so much for getting the likes up. Really means a lot. Also, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you liked best out of each episode, and especially this one. Let me know what you liked out of this episode. Also, if you're looking for exclusive content to get more out of what you see, to get more behind the scenes, tap into the Discord and awesome Instagram group chat. Come join the Trap Talk Patreon family. You can do that by clicking the very first link in the description below. Mad details for Trap Fest 2025 coming. It's going to be one for the books. Cannot wait. Before I let you guys go, check out tonight's sponsors. Thank you so much.